Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapors when we slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos, it depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. About time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward. The battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a minor, but made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm loosely, ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wonder why? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly. Worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather. Be weather, be tripping. Starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this bad at board games. Whole world clueless, selling they soul for roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a sliced extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge the teller? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the. Wise grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple eyes. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver out.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's your boy Ernie, Blerd without fear, got the homie. Carter presents in the building.
Hi, my name is Carter, and I am officially staying the hell off of comic Twitter. Comic Twitter is gross.
Yes, it is. You remember how old Alec Guinness, he of original Obi-Wan Kenobi fame, said that Mos Eisley was a wretched hive of scum and villainy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's exactly what comics Twitter is. Stay the fuck off it. People wonder why I stay the fuck off comics Twitter. I'm like, there you go.
I've liked a tweet here and there, and now that's all I see just for getting recommended to me constantly. And it's a bunch of young, prideful 20-somethings with stupid-ass opinions. Yes. And I know that there's no such thing as a stupid question, stupid opinion. Everyone is free to have their own opinion. I'm sorry. Comic Twitter has some stupid-ass opinions, y'all. Get it away from me. Get it the hell away from me. How is everybody today? How are you guys?
Oh, man. Look, everyone, I want to say, yeah, I feel like almost every other week, I feel like we've had a holiday of some sort. But I do want to say shout outs to everyone for the holiday weekend. I'm going to be brutally honest, and I don't want to put my political soapbox out there today. I'm going to try and stay off of it, but in light of recent events, all I'm going to say is that while I appreciate the holiday, while I appreciate any excuse to go outside and light that grill up, yeah, I ain't got nothing to celebrate this year, freedom-wise, and I don't think many other people do either. So, while we will very likely be putting a little some on the grill, and while I do expect many of you to be putting a little some on the grill and celebrating with your family, it ain't for. What I will not be celebrating is the independence of America. So just put that out there.
Question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Temperature-wise, how bad is it back home? Because you say you're gonna be on the grill, but I think you mean
we might not have to
on the stove. I feel like you're gonna be on the
stove.
Look,
I can tell you right now, as of right this second, it is a very, very warm 90 degrees outside. So I mean, yeah, it ain't gonna be no. Actually, what'll probably wind up happening is because it's so hot outside, I probably don't even want to cook nothing in the house either. So what might just happen is I might bust this phone out, and we gonna hit up
honey baked
honey baked. No, actually no. I'm nasty. We're gonna hit up Corky's. I'm gonna be nasty. Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna be gutter as fuck. No, I'm gonna go run up to Tops Barbecue. The day before, like, man, look, can we just get the big ass family pack?
Hey, I want a Tops Barbecue burger so bad because
them just hit.
About Five Guys, In and Out. Oh, that shit is some trash. Jack in the Box, trash.
Oh, actually, we got a. Well, technically not to Memphis, but we got a Whataburger coming to I think Collierville or South Haven or some shit, which is just weird to me. It's like, dude, there's so many better places. Like, there's so many better places in Memphis you can get a hamburger than like a chain restaurant.
There's so many better places just to get better hamburger. Period. Because I done heard so much touted about In and Out and Five Guys, and get that overly seasoned salt fries out of my damn face. I went to the ghetto like a week ago and found a Checkers. So I'm giddy because now we have milkshakes that are fucking huge, the size of a milkshake is supposed to be, and burgers that are actually better than In-N-Out and Five Guys. I just had to go to the ghetto to find it.
Oh no! This is a stalwart, a stalwart trope, at least for me when it comes to food. you are always going to find better food at a hole-in-the-wall restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about I'm talking about, like, just a place you like, dude, this motherfucker look nasty as hell. That's what make the food good. That's what people don't realize. That's what's seasoning the food. The fact, I mean, I'm not saying you want to go eat at every place that has a health score in the single digits. I'm just saying a place that looks shady, like a place you look at, you be like, like what was it? I remember there was a barbecue place. Like, yeah, did you ever find your way out towards Oakland, Tennessee?
Yes.
Okay, so you might know what I'm talking about. There was a barbecue place on the highway between Memphis and Oakland, Tennessee. It was a gas station. That motherfucker had some of those fire barbecue I never had in my life. I was like, God, like, because a buddy of mine was like, no, dude, you gotta go. You gotta go try it out. And I was like, at a gas station barbecue? I was like, okay.
Going on a road trip, we ended up stopping at that one. I know exactly what you're talking about. If a restaurant doesn't have at least 2 people that got shot at it, the food's not going to be good.
Nah. It's kind of like you go to like a Waffle. It's the rule you see at Waffle House. If you pull up to the Waffle House and you see a dude outside, like just smoking a short, got the wave cap on and just look like he don't want to be there. You know you about to get
3 girls that just came from a club.
Oh yeah,
but they didn't hike their dress all the way down when they were twerking out the car window.
Nah,
that's a good Waffle House. I miss Waffle House.
Dude, look. So you would have like you probably gonna give me the nasty award for this one. So we took the baby to her dance recital.
Okay.
And as soon as that motherfucker was over, we were like, man, we all hungry. Where'd we take that little girl to? Waffle House.
I ain't mad at it. Dude, I was telling a friend of mine the other day, it's like, bro, now that I have tried the world famous Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, that bullshit out of here, dog.
He said, get.
Roscoe's was so trash. Oh my God. Well, I would rather go to Denny's. And black folks don't go to Denny's, but I'd rather go to Denny's. That shit was trash.
Wow. I mean, look. I mean, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. It's some smooth garbage. It's some smooth garbage. But we talk about how we're trying to shorten the show and all that good stuff. So I guess we should probably at least get the fuck into what we're here to talk about. Carter, are you ready to talk about our Thor Love and Thunder predictions? Are we ready for that?
Sure, why not?
Yes, well, I guess we could.
Was the right mic working the entire time? Because I'm noticing something.
Yeah, it was. As far as I can tell. Yeah, I mean, I presume it's the correct one. It sounds good.
All right, great.
But yeah, before we do that though, one thing I do want to jump into first and foremost, because I feel like it's been a minute. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and accept it. Yeah, we don't have to like it, but we should accept it. So I just want to point out the fact that Warren Register is in this motherfucker. We also got Gabriel the Dark Knight in here. We got M. Haynes in the building. We got Mike D. Payne in the building. We got Yoli Spinner. We got the homie X-Triv in the building. We got Stardust Radio. Actually, I feel like I should say like Jet Set Radio in here. We got Reggie Jones. We got Mailman. We got the cousin of world-renowned Vampire Hunter D. We got Vampire Hunter Greg in here. We also got the homie Rain Deb Joyce in here. We also got C-Fang, Architect of Sin, in the building. We got the homie LJ Brown from across the pond. We got Same O'Shawn in here. Jay Keto in the building. We also got Maurice Moody Pass in here. That's right, and not to be confused with that garbage-ass service, Movie Pass, which apparently is making a comeback. We also got the T-1000 here, still on the hunt for John Connor. We got Let's see. We also got the homie Geronimo Smith. We also got Splosh in the building. We got Jamal Simmons. We also got Bill 930505 in the building. We also got, hey, it's Fantastic Nullbreaker in the building right now as we speak. Well, y'all better watch out, because anybody with the name Nullbreaker, I would be scared of. We got the Urban Prince of Strong Style in the building. We got CT Cook. We got Trip 08201 in the building. We got Wilbur Robinson up in this motherfucker. We got Famous Thaddeus in the building. We got the manga reader in here. Who else? We got K-Bar in the building. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like one of them folks from, what was it, Retribution? From the WWE, the WWE stable Retribution. T-Bar, that was the guy's name. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent. We also got Ed Boy in the cut. We got Frantic World in the building. We got Ryan up in here. And Herbert Scott. Man, I'm seeing so many of my favorite people in here. So many. Anyway, let's get into it. Y'all. So, as we speak, and Maverick, also before we go even further than that, because I don't want to forget about these, because you never want to forget about these. But we also got a super chat. This one actually was sent in the wee hours, I believe, probably of the morning, from the homie Gokhan Shuri's baby's father with the $2. Says, who's cooking out on the 4th? I'll bring something. See, yeah, shit. Let's see here. We also, we got, oh man, look, we got the homie Timothy McCallum out here starting us off right as well, coming in with the 1999 super chat. Says, good morning, fellas. Have to start the show off with sounds of the Blerd Without Fear. Sorry, Carter. You are muted.
I said I'm getting better at muting.
Oh, there you go.
It don't seem like, because I was muted myself right there, but I'm getting better at it.
He's like that.
I'm getting better at it.
He's like, this motherfucker. You got the Fantastic Nullbreaker with that Blerd Club Silver. Thank you, my guy. We also got Jamal Simmons with the 31 months in the Blerd Club, says Blerd and Carter. Your opinion on the Boys episode. This most recent episode, episode 7, I liked it. It was pretty baller. It was a lot of commentary on the how people could be negligent of acknowledging that they had PTSD. Actually, it's one of my favorite parts of the whole thing.
Hey, I'm not shell shocked. Fuck you.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's like you eat a dick. But no, I like that. And the twist at the end, which I won't spoil, I thought was really awesome too. I thought they handled that really well. And it definitely changes the dynamic of what's going to happen between two particular characters going forward. The stuff that was going on with Starlight and how she got one over on Homelander. All of it was smooth. The shit, I will say this, the stuff with A-Train was kind of heartbreaking, pun intended.
You know what? I'll say this, because it's the first thing that popped into my head after I finished the episode, and I watched it again this morning. Damn it, I do not like Huey, like, at all. If that show has done one thing, it has made me despise that particular character. I like everyone else with the exception of A-Train. I've never liked that fucking dude. Every time they get a storyline with him, oh my god, I don't like that dude. But
yeah, and honestly, I feel like you're not even really supposed to. Like, even when he does have his moment that he does something, like finally he does the thing you want him to do, it's like, but you still a fuck boy.
I just remember his character from actually a good show for the most part called Survivor's Remorse, where he was kind of a spoiled douche, except in that show he was a basketball star. But no, dude, if this season has done one thing, it has absolutely made me hate Huey. I can't stand him. I think it's a combination of the good acting and the good script, because you have to be a good actor for somebody to dislike you when you're the good guy and all this. But you have to have your arcs and all that. But
especially if you've been a likable character up until that point. You've been a likable.
I don't think he was likable. He was supposed to be us.
Yeah, he's the avatar for the audience. Yeah. Well, I take it back. Not likable. He's relatable in the sense that he's a regular ass dude in a world of superheroes. I'll put it that way. This is a damn good season. This is really good season. This is the best season thus far, in my opinion. And we got one more coming plus a spinoff. So, or I think we have at least two more. I think it might be two more seasons, maybe, or it might just be the one more season. I don't know. No. I think they said they were going to do 5 seasons before they. Yeah,
Eric Kirky, that boy loves his 5-season runs and then just lays it down.
Yeah. And you know what's going to happen? He going to lay that show down after 5 seasons, and Amazon be like, not after all this money we done made, and keep that motherfucker going for how many seasons Supernatural run for? Was it 13, 14, 15 seasons, something like that?
I think it was 15 or 16.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. I want to.
Yeah, it was 15 or 16.
Yeah, I think that's here. Let's see. Where? I love how Let's do it this way. Supernatural CW. When I typed in Supernatural CW, that gave me something entirely different. Let's see. 327 episodes to the tune of 15 seasons. No, that show should have ended at 5. And you can tell once you go past, I actually made the mistake of trying to watch past season 5. And the more you watch past season 5, you're like, y'all just, first off, this is some slaw, and y'all just rehashing old story arcs and filing the serial numbers off them like we ain't gonna notice. I was sitting there, when my wife got, because she just kept hate watching it, she got to season 9 or 10, I think maybe even 12, and when I was watching, I was like, didn't they already do this storyline back in season 3? So yeah, it is what it is. But we got another one.
Wait for it.
Oh man, I saw it. I just look. Let's just keep going down the list, man. Homie Jonathan Moda just out here killing it. We gonna go down. We're gonna keep going down the list. Ed Boy to cut with the $5 says life is great. Got a raise this past week. My birthday is Tuesday. Only have to work 2 days next week. And Lincoln with my peoples from college. This man got a full ass fucking smooth. This is almost like a slick vacation and a holiday just rolled into one.
That's code for there was a girl I was crushing on back in college that is about to get.
Look, she about to get she about to get RKO. Oh yeah,
she about to get that Roman Reigns.
Look, about to get put in the STFU. I ain't mad at you, Pip. Hey, and by the way, happy birthday, happy early birthday. We also got the homie. Oh man, God, they just keep on coming. We got the homie Philip Clark in here with the $5. Says, "What's good, Ernie and Carter? I was crushed. I couldn't show love last week. I was a fanboy. I was a fanboy at Heroes Con. Hey, I'm not mad at you because I heard Heroes Con was actually pretty lit." Says also, "I'm in Olive Branch now. So how's Bill Street? So Bill Street, I'm gonna go tell you now. I haven't. So let me keep it real. You can actually mark the last time I was on Beale Street. There is a stream on the Hyper RPG. I don't think it's on the Twitch channel anymore because that was a good ways ago. But I think they have it on their YouTube channel. But Hyper RPG, which by the way, for those that don't know, if you are a fan of the Power Rangers comic series and the Hyper Rangers that appeared in that's where they came from. But no, so the Hyper RPG team, they interviewed me while they were traveling. They were doing like a traveling show where they would go to various cities, talk to various people from there, and I was one of them when they came to Memphis, and we hung out on Beale Street. That's the last time I've been on Beale Street. That was pretty much 2 years ago. So yeah, I have no clue. When I see Beale Street, I'm literally just like y'all know the meme where Elliot Page and the other dude from Umbrella Academy, they're in separate cars driving past one another. That's me and Beale Street as of late. But hey, how's Olive Branch treating you, pimp?
Hey, I got to tell you right now, I miss Beale Street just because I could get drunk at an affordable cost.
Yeah, you could. That is one nice thing to say about Beale Street. You can get toe up from the flow up for little or nothing, and then still get something good to eat while you're there. I would go hit up Dyer's. Ooh, God, Dyer's was so good. Anyway, X-Trib with the 23 months. Good God, my guy. Thank you for that. And then we also got the homie, of course, Jonathan Moda coming in hot with 99! 99! Like, I feel like it's almost like the Taco Bell, the old Taco Bell thing. Remember it used to be, was it 59, 79, 99?
I have despised Taco Bell ever since that old Batman and Robin movie came out, and there was a contest where whoever won the contest won the Batmobile. I have hated them ever since. Fuck
dude, I forgot about. Dude, you know what I love about Taco Bell? I always mess with my wife about this because whenever we talk about going to Taco Bell, she always has to think about what it is she wants. I'm like, babe, they only got like 5 things on the menu. She's like, no, they don't. I said, no. It's 5 things on the menu. They just all served very different ways. You can get a taco. You can get a soft taco. You can get a burrito. You can get a Nacho Bell Grande. You can get what was it? A taco salad. Everything else is just a variation of those 5 things that I just mentioned. And when I said that to her, it changed how she looked at the Taco Bell menu forever. But thank you for that, homie. Dude, God, Jonathan, you just out here, just every day, man. Just out here, just holding it down. But anyway, let's read the message. It says, enjoying the show better than the comics personally, but in agreement with Carter, my best to you all. Always. I appreciate that. Thank you. And yes, and just for those who weren't following, Jonathan was talking about the boy. What we were just talking about, the boys. Talking about like, and something we've said on multiple occasions that the show is just infinitely better. The show's excuse me, voice crack. The show is infinitely better than the comics in every conceivable way. And it's just one of those situations where, and once again, not adhering to the source material can work out. So yeah, there you go. Let's also, man, we got one from the homie X-Trib too. Out here says with the $20 says, hey Blurcoa, just announcing that there is a Blerd in the making that was born on Monday. Says, I'm a new grandfather to a beautiful baby boy. My daughter and new grandson are doing great, and I have a new love. Hey, first off, you got
to drop one of Clue's bombs for that. You got to drop one of Clue's bombs for that, man. You got to.
Yeah. Oh no, it's happening. It's happening. No, we dropping the bomb. No, that happened. That happened, dude. Look at that, man. Dude, congratulations. Man, you know what? Honestly, that's one of those scenarios where it's like, man, just that's a proud moment. Because, of course, you always have a proud moment when you have a child of your own. But when you have children, you're just like, about to spoil the shit out of you. Ooh, my baby gonna be mad at me because I'm gonna spoil you rotten. Like I get it now. I totally get it.
But it's gonna take a long time though, because you still have to get past that source wall.
Yes.
Some Negro is gonna try to get on my baby.
Oh
you have to get past that.
Oh no.
Which is gonna take a long time.
Believe you me, the first motherfucker to come along gonna catch the evil eye real fast. But because like no, because it just is one of those things. Just you kind of have to accept it, but like it's one of those things. It's like no, not my baby girl, not my baby. And then, man, goddamn, Jonathan, this man coming back through. Look, Jonathan Moda is coming in hot today, y'all. Look, came in here with the 59, 79, 99, 99 coming through here. Now he coming through again with the 1999 super chat. Says, how did you know I'm at the beach? Well, I know. What was it when you were last week? Last week you told us the chat. I'm just assuming. Hey. If it's me, if I could just sit on the beach, that's what I would do. I would just chill, sitting on the beach.
You know what? Real quick, speaking of last week, shout out to all of you watching, watching now and coming back to watch it later on. I saw a few comments in there where they were like, "Man, Carter, we missed you. We needed all of you guys last week," and I do appreciate it. I also saw some comments saying, "Hey, my 3 favorite comic YouTubers."
It's like man, Carter out here too. Too.
But you know what? Absolutely, I do appreciate the love, and it was near and dear to me when I went back to watch it just to see what y'all asses was getting into. And let me also tell you all that you are losing points for not watching Snowfall. I don't know what's wrong with y'all not watching Snowfall. Wu-Tang, I'll give you, but Snowfall was too fire. Except this last season. This last season was kind of strange.
Oh wait, was it as are they starting to? Are they starting to do what all TV shows do eventually and jump the shark?
A tiny bit. They still made a meme of one of my favorite parts of the entire series. When the main character's Uncle Jerome beats the brakes off this dude. Because you know how these young bucks, they always got to pull the guns out. Jerome beat the hell out that dude. Then he got in his car with his lady, looked at the guy's homeboy, just like, you teach a man how to squabble.
Man, look.
That's probably my favorite part of that whole series.
Aww.
But I'm getting all up in the weeds. But yeah, again, thank you all for the love, and we miss Carter, and I do appreciate that. You all absolutely 100% fully thank you.
Dude, man, look, I see here was a Sir Your G said, just pull a Soldier Boy and say you disrespect my baby, and I will slap you like I'm Connery. I ain't gonna lie. Every time Soldier Boy talk, I'm like, man, this dude is gonna say something that is snitching on folks. 'Cause a lot of folks forget Sean Connery's out here slapping the fuck out of women.
Dude, the fact that Soldier Boy was not the like dirty old man looking for a young hot thing, and you see him just beating his meat to the grandmamas.
I was like, bruh. I'm talking about dude was laying in. He was like, what did he say? It's like that, like a five.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Because he wasn't laying into nothing but himself. You can't say that. He was laying in. Yeah, he was getting all that wrist action.
Well, that super strength wrist action. Look, I guess, is that the Kung Fu grip? Wait, Mailman said, and this is for you, Carter, says, I was low-key mad when you dipped last week.
Man, duty called, man. Duty called. Speaking of duty, you know what? We'll save that. We'll save that. That's my recommendation.
There you go.
I gotta try to find that damn Snowfall clip so you can watch it though, because that shit was hilarious.
Oh, I believe somebody got them because like the clips from the boys from just yesterday were all over YouTube. All the ones that could be shown anyway. Let's see here. Let's get back into it. Because, let's talk about our Thor Love and Thunder predictions. Because by the time, because it's already up, we're doing it live right now. But no, Thor Love and Thunder will be coming this week, I believe. Should be dropping on the 8th, which means it'll probably be out on Friday.
Yep.
Or not Friday, or they'll have the openings like on Thursday. So we're gonna go through some predictions some predictions, if you will. And, I guess we can just kind of trade back and forth. But first and foremost, for those who don't know, Thor: Love and Thunder has kind of been it was the movie that I think a lot of MCU fans had slick forgotten about that was coming to the MCU, because everything else that was coming out, and I think it just kind of people really didn't remember it fully until that first teaser dropped. And then when that dropped, everybody's like, oh shit, yeah, there's totally a fucking Thor Love and Thunder deal coming out. But this is quickly kind of becoming one of those movies that's already dividing the internet, as MCU movies, as of late, are wont to do. I feel like since since Endgame, and I don't think it has anything to do with the quality of the films, actually. I think it just has to do with the fact that people just like being contrarians now. But everyone goes out of their way to shit on Marvel anything, or try to make it seem as though the stuff isn't as good as what is. Like, people act like you can't like chocolate and peanut butter at the same time. Like, I've seen people get real hyperbolic saying that, oh, this other TV show that exists out there in the wild is better than anything the MCU has ever produced. Or, oh, this thing right here is worse than anything the MCU. It's like, look, you can like more than one thing. And that's kind of my mentality towards it. Like, I think since The Boys came back, everybody's like, oh, The Boys is better than anything the MCU's ever produced. It's kind of apples and oranges, because the reason why a lot of people like The Boys is for a reason that Marvel just can't or won't ever be. And so it's one of those things where they're not even the same show or type of thing to me. Yeah, they make TV. It's a TV show, and Marvel makes TV shows now. But it's like, I would never compare the two, because, let's be real, I'll probably be an old, gray-headed man or dead by the time this ever happens, but Marvel would never put a TV show or a movie out that's as gruesome and as violent and full of sex as The Boys. It just wouldn't happen. Like you wouldn't. There's not a Marvel TV show or movie where you would see what's a good example? You wouldn't see Namor getting sloppy toppy from a goddamn octopus. Okay, I'm sorry. Danger. You don't have to like it, but you gotta accept it. So yeah, when I see people trying to make the comparisons, I'm like, they're not the same thing. It's people trying to like it ain't like the debate between Friends and Living Single. They're the same fucking show. So much to the point that Friends copied Living Single. But it would be like me trying to compare a reality show about the housewives of crime mobsters and a show and The Sopranos. Not the same thing.
I feel like you got a camera somewhere in this room, because just on a whim a few days ago, I literally just started rewatching Living Single.
Oh, we are living.
Well, that's why I'm kind of mad when you say the Friends and Living Single are the same thing, because they're not. Because Living Single is so much better.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not talking about like from I'm talking from like a base show makeup perspective. Like, and honestly, even I got you now. Yeah, even the stars of Living Single have said as much. Like, oh my God, what was the girl? Oh man, the girl who played Maxine. Eric Alexander. I remember on countless interviews she talked about how the studio actually was supposed to call that show Friends. But they said, no, we don't want to use that name. That doesn't seem like it really fits the show. And then after the success of Living Single, the studio came out and was like, ooh, we're going to make us a show about, a few people living in an apartment together, and we're going to call it Friends. Which, what is Living Single? It's a few people of mixed genders living in what is roughly the same apartment. Or I think it was like they were like living in a I guess they were living
like instead of living across the way.
Yeah, like
Overton and them lived upstairs.
They lived upstairs, they lived downstairs. It was literally them sharing a home. And while they didn't do the whole 3 guys, 3 girls thing, they did kind of keep it was still the same genetic makeup. They had one character who was kind of an idiot, kind of a ditz. You had the one character who was like super serious and kind of like, really into their career. You had the other character who was just kind of, she was a horn dog, and she was very superficial, whatever. You also had the mooch. You had another person who was kind of simple. And then you had the other guy who thought he was smoother than what he really was. It was kind of the same thing. It just was from a black perspective, and some people don't want to admit that, but that's what it was. It was classic sitcom-isms. But all of that aside, let's just get into it. The fact that Thor: Love and Thunder, it is happening, is a thing. We're gonna see it this week. It is. Once again, one of those divisive things, because they had the premiere. A lot of people who have already seen it, I've seen talking about it online. I've seen people say, "Oh, this is the worst MCU movie ever made. Oh my God, it's so terrible. Oh my God, this movie is trash. Oh, the characters. Thor's the worst character in the MCU. Da 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 da." I've seen it all, and I've also seen people praising the movie, saying, "Oh, this is the best movie in the MCU up to this point." I've seen people say, "Oh, this movie is so great. Oh my God, I'm gonna rewatch this movie 1,000,000 times." I've seen it all. I've seen both sides of the spectrum of people being super stans and being super haters. I will probably fall somewhere in the middle, or maybe just left or right of the middle, depending on how the movie goes. But that said, we know this movie is going to be bringing a very controversial figure to the MCU, and I say controversial because people still can't get over the fact that he does not look exactly like he does in the comics, and that is the character of Gore the God Butcher. There are still people out here angry that Christian Bale has a nose. There are people out here still angry that this man ain't got tentacles coming up off his face and off the top of his head. Which, I mean, to be fair, I get it. I totally get it. I know we always want the characters that we love. We always want to see them represented. So, yeah, I mean that's Gore the God Butcher right there.
Can you keep that picture right there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you straight off, because when I saw an interview with Taika Waititi, and the main thing that I didn't like that Waititi said was the main reason that they wanted to go for something like their own little spin on it was because Gore had he looked a bit, in his opinion, like a certain character from Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, no, I knew that was going to be a thing that comes up.
But here's my thing with that, though. Ernie, you looking at the image right there where it looks like Gore is about to catch all kind of Home Depot hammer action in this picture.
Oh yeah, most certainly.
Do you see anything resembling Voldemort in that image?
Yes.
Really?
His face.
Okay.
And here's the reason why I say that, because for those in here, I want to pull this back just a little bit, just because there's something I want to pull up here. So for those who have not seen Voldemort in a while, here's the thing. Here's the thing I think should be brought up. That doesn't get brought up. Now, I'm not saying that he looks exactly like Gore. I'm not saying Gore the God Butcher.
That's an ugly ass picture of Voldemort.
Hey, I'm just saying. I mean, look at him. I mean, the guy's kind of fugly. But I mean, let's be real here. Gore doesn't look that dissimilar. Now, yeah, there's a difference of the head tails. He has the head tails that would make him look more like a Twi'lek from Star Wars. But beyond that, that's really the only thing keeping him from looking like Voldemort is them head tails. That's the one thing that separates him from being 100% Voldemort. Now, on the other spectrum of that, like I said, I could make cases for why I would just go ahead and do it. Because here's the thing, a lot of the time, Gore is wearing that cloak, so a lot of times you don't even see the head tails. And I get why they went that way. I know one of the other things I think that Christian Bale brought up was that they went with the more of the robed look because they didn't want to do the G-string and thong thing. I'll go back to it. I mean, this is basically what this motherfucker wears the majority of the time. Gore is rarely clothed in anything other than black goo. So I get it. But a lot of people have been really down on the fact that what was it? I think this was the picture that everybody was freaking out about, saying, "Oh man, they recast Uncle Fester for the Addams Family." And I get it. I get why people are saying these things. It is kind of funny. But I kind of feel like we need to just wait and see the finished product before we really get to judging something too harshly. And I think Carter will agree with me on this here.
Can you go back to that picture real quick?
Yeah. Well, yeah, there you go.
You not really busting, your girl keep going.
Yeah, he even got the hunch in his back. Lord, get
Danger.
you ain't shit. But no, I'll here, I actually have something that I remember was very divisive. Here, I'm gonna pull this up. So some of y'all might remember this image. This was the first ever image of the Joker we ever saw when The Dark Knight was in production. This was literally like when they said, "Hey, it was like a picture they just put up to be like, hey, this was like a test shot of what the Joker's gonna look like in The Dark Knight before we saw trailer to first." And I remember how so many people shit on this picture. Now, ultimately, when the movie came out, Heath Ledger wound up looking pretty much exactly the same. There was really no change to his look when the final product came out. The lipstick was maybe just a smidge cleaner on his face. And then we fast forward to the release of I would say the release of the first trailer, and people hearing his voice, how he was going to talk, and then seeing the finished product, seeing the movie as it was. And now The Dark Knight is considered one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. It's considered one of the best Batman. Some in a lot of people's cases, a lot of people say it is the best Batman movie of all time. And largely because of Heath Ledger's performance and look as the Joker, people started cosplaying that version of the Joker like freaking crazy. So here's the thing. Shut the fuck up. And chill the fuck out. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull old Eddie Murphyism out on you. I'm gonna need y'all to have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up. Just wait for the movie to come out. That was Eddie Murphy Raw. I saw your wheels turning.
No, because I was thinking Martin Lawrence Bad Boys.
Oh, yeah. Now this is Eddie Murphy Raw, pimp. Eddie Murphy Raw.
I have not seen Raw in.
It's on.
I can say this. I can say this now. Decades.
Yeah,
I watch Bad Boys, the first one, regularly.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it's I think it's on Netflix now. Honestly, but no, all that was just an AS saying, yeah, let's chill the fuck out. Let's wait till we see the movie before we start going in too deep on this motherfucker.
So we did get a $5 super chat from CT Cook saying #release the no-nose cut.
Oh Lord. Look, see what you need about 20. If you can wrangle up 25,000 bots, you can make it happen. Actually, I don't want the no-nose cut. You know what I want? I want the 4-hour cut, because that was another thing that came out in that interview with Taika Waititi. He said that he said there's a cut of that film that was 4 hours long. They said that they cut out and here's the thing, knowing what we know about Multiverse of Madness, Sam Raimi also said that there was a cut of the film that was originally like, I think, closer to 3 hours or over 3 hours. And a common criticism of the MCU lately is that the movies have been too long. So I wonder if Disney has actually started cutting down the runtime of those movies, having things removed so the movies are a little bit more palatable in the theater, but it's at the detriment of maybe leaving some story beats on the table that might have made the movie better for some people. I don't know. I mean, yeah.
It's rage-inducing sometimes, just because I really feel like this is why director's cuts of films exist. And even if you don't want to go the director's cut route, that is why DVDs and Blu-rays always had at one point, and now exactly they shied away from it now. But that's what deleted scenes were, and sometimes they even had commentary behind them. Sometimes you could even incorporate those deleted scenes into these films. I don't know. I know everything is digital now, but I really feel like a lot of these digital exclusives or digital furs, you can do this.
Yeah, you can.
I really
it's
feel
very
like
possible.
you can do this.
It's very possible. Also, we got another here because I missed this one earlier. We got one from RoyBot06 with the $5 super chat. Says, it's been a minute, just started a new job, and grateful to hear y'all. Don't worry, Carter, I missed last week too. Hey, it's all good. Hey, congratulations on the new gig. I did. We talked about it briefly. I think in voice chat not too long about maybe was it a little over, I feel like it was a little over a week ago maybe. I've been a time traveling wizard as of late, so I have no concept of time these days. But another thing just came up too, because this is, man, we got another one here from Sir Walter Baptiste with the 1999 Canadian super chat. Says, finally got caught up with your videos, Blerd. I was in shock to see my nerd wife Ernie and nerd side chick Rob in the same place. Hope everyone is doing well, and I will catch you on the rerun. Hey, we appreciate you, pimp. You are muted again, Carter.
Blerd Without Fear fanfics are now confirmed. I want no part of it.
I mean, here's the thing. Remember when Rob was on here, he said that there were people that wrote, they wrote fanfic about it.
And now you have been roped into it. I don't want to know if y'all use ropes when you all were together.
Look, we are we've been shipped. We've been shipped.
I want no part of it.
I don't blame you. We got LJ Brown with the £5. Says, just did The Boys and Stranger Things marathon to your show, but let's not judge gore too early. Hashtag Carter Presents wants that black goothon gore.
Well, my only argument to that was going to be, I think you could have done it in a way where he was still menacing, because I'm like, well, shit. How many people still watch pro wrestling to this day, and these dudes run around in tights in front of thousands upon thousands of people with baby oil all over them? So, I feel like if you could do this in a film too, and even taking wrestling out of the equation, look how many period piece TV shows there are with, Rome and Gladiator and stuff like that, where they're half damn near naked.
But context makes it different.
Yeah,
context makes it different, because the thing is, we could talk about Spartacus, the TV series, all we want, but at the end of the day, that shit would look real different in the MCU. It would look very, very different. Like, and not to say that they won't have other, because I don't even think it was so much because they thought it would look stupid. It was just the fact that Christian Bale just didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do the whole thong thing, and it wasn't just that too. He also, okay, so a lot of people may or may not know this about Christian Bale. But Christian Bale is a bit of a chameleon. And what I mean by that is, how many of you all remember a movie called The Machinist?
I do remember that movie.
Okay, so I want to fuck your head all the way up.
I think I know where you're going with this.
You might. You very well might. Okay, so Carter, did you know what movie Christian Bale did immediately?
Yep.
After.
Yeah, I figured that's where you were going. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. He did Batman Begins not that long after.
Yeah, exactly. Not that long after. Actually, he literally went from The Machinist to Batman Begins. So I want to show you a picture here real quick. Ladies and gentlemen. And this is Christian Bale in The Machinist. He was walking around at a smooth 160 pounds. Christian Bale typically walks around at 220, at least at the time of the making of this film.
That doesn't even look like 100 pounds soaking wet. That's actually a better shot of him than the other shots in the movie where you just feel.
Oh, you mean like this?
You see what I'm saying?
you mean that shot?
Well, I see Michael Matthews in the chat saying he looked like he ain't been fed. I remember having this on DVD, and he actually said that like his diet was really, it was either crackers, or like little packs of like raisins or fruit. But then other than that, there were also days where he just did not eat.
Yeah,
period.
He also had to have, I think, a nurse and a doctor on the set to.
They were having to carry him off the set. I do remember it. See, this is why I bring up like the old DVD commentaries and stuff like that, and the behind the scenes where you see him getting helped up.
Yeah.
After a scene because he was so just small and frail. But yeah, he like you would see him eat like one Ritz cracker, and then that was just his meal for that entire day.
Yeah. Well, here's the reason why I bring that up is because I want to show, let's go back to it. I want to show the picture of him going from, I think it was roughly 160 pounds to off of this movie, and then going to go shoot Batman Begins, where he went past his normal walk-around weight of 220 and went to 240 pounds. So, I mean, it's not an issue of him not wanting to show his body or not wanting to do the work. But the thing is, what he said was he had just come off a movie where he was already not necessarily as painfully skinny as he was in The Machinist, but in a role where he was not as muscular as he normally was, and then he didn't have enough turnaround time because when they were shooting this movie, it was during COVID. So it wasn't so much that he thought it would look stupid, it was the fact that he knew he wouldn't be able to do it and look good in it because there was no time for him to get the weight back so that he could actually do the thing. So that is why they didn't go with that. But all of this was an aid of saying that, because we've literally been talking about this and not really gotten to our predictions yet. So I'll just go ahead and start with this one. The first of my predictions for this. And I guess let's just say, let's go with the easy one. Let's go with an easy one here. Let's go with an easy one. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I didn't mean to move you. There we go. I meant to move this thing. There we go. Yay, moving the right things. So the first thing I'm gonna say, and this is actually kind of the low-hanging fruit. I think we may not see this character like 100%. I don't think we're gonna 100% see this character, but I would not be against this character showing up. I think we're going to end up either in some way, shape, form, or fashion, either getting a tease of Hercules, or we might even actually see him. I don't know. Because lately, the MCU has been really good about sneaking actors onto the set without anybody noticing. It's kind of how Eternals was able to get, Harry Styles as Star Fox in Eternals. Technically he wasn't on set for this one, but they also snuck in a voiceover of Mahershala Ali and what he will very likely sound like. The voice he'll probably be using when he plays Blade, which is going into production very soon, if not already. Or I say it's already been in production, but going into filming. But I think we will end up seeing this character in some way, shape, form, or fashion in this film. Or at the very least, he'll be mentioned, I think, which I think would be awesome. considering one of my more recently favorite things is Hercules in space. Which I thought was hilarious. Because a lot of people don't know this. I know you know this, Carter, but Hercules, the way that Thor is kind of depicted in the MCU, very reminiscent of how Hercules has been depicted in the comics for like the last forever. So yeah, I wouldn't be against the idea of like if they decided to go in a different direction with Thor, but you wanted to still keep that same type of vibe. I'd be perfectly okay with it if they did that, but just put it over to the character Hercules. I'd be perfectly fine with that. What you got, Carter? You got any predictions?
Well, here's an easy one.
Okay.
Because I see a lot of people were bringing up the. You know what? I'll save that one. I'll go for the easy one.
Okay.
I'll go for the super easy one.
All right. Go for it.
Gore won't make it to the end of this movie. Gore is going. Gore. Well, you know what? Let me rewind that.
You think there might be another threat that we don't know about?
Hoping. What you know? What I'm not. Because let me. I'm not going. We're not going to dive. We're not going to do a deep dive into some of my thoughts just yet. I will say Gore's getting clapped in this movie. I'll go the easy route.
Okay.
I guarantee it. Gore is going to get deleted. I don't know if he's going to get whooped by Tessa Thompson. I don't know if he's going to get whooped by Chris Hemsworth. I don't know if he's going to get whooped by Natalie Portman. I don't know if he's going to get whooped by Russell Crowe. But Gore is going to die in this movie because they still have not learned you can keep certain villains around.
Yeah. I mean, that is fair. You know what? I tell you what. I'll actually take that bet on you, or I'll be with you on that bet because I don't think Gore's going to survive this movie either. I don't think he's going to get clapped early on, but I do think that based on the nature of some of the things we've seen in the trailers and how certain characters aren't around for certain spots, which to be fair, that's kind of normal for MCU trailers because a lot of the times they remove shit. Case in point, the more recent trailer, or actually no, I take back the teaser. There was the teaser where a lot of people might remember this shot where it was like, oh hey, there's like a lot of dead space there to the left. There's very likely someone standing there that they scrubbed out because it's a spoiler for the film proper. Very likely. Which I don't think it was, and a lot of people say, oh, maybe it's female Thor, or like it's the mighty Thor. I'm like, I don't think it's that, because they were very clear that she's in the movie just from the trailer alone. But I think there might be another character there that we just don't know who it is yet. But there's also a scene with Jane. It's not, and I want to be clear here, it's not this scene, but it's not this shot rather, but it is this scene. There's a scene where I don't have the image right in front of me, but there is an image from one of the more recent trailers or that they put out, TV spots or whatever, where Jane is in that same room and there's a lot of dead space around her, which makes me wonder if there's other people around her during that shot. So, I mean, like I said, it could be anything. It could be nothing. But I do agree with you. I do think Gore ain't long for the MCU.
Which is it's so bad. It's so bad because look how long he was in the books. Look how long he was in that Thor God of Thunder run.
He was in it for about half the
minute.
Yeah, he was in it for about a good chunk of it. Yeah, because that was a 25-issue run. He was in it for like 12 issues, I think. 12
and
or 13.
Then kept coming back in other Thor things. It's just like, dude, you all can play the long game with some of these villains, man.
You know what? I will say this though. I'm actually kind of okay with them killing him, and I'm gonna say, and here's why.
Okay.
Because technically, they did kill him in the comics, but they brought him back. And I think this is why when we had Rob on last week, why he was, because I think he even said later he hadn't read King Thor. So technically, they did kill him, but he came back in King Thor because of the symbiote. The symbiote basically did what it did with some other characters like Carnage and so on and so forth, where like they were able to bring certain characters back because the symbiote can basically make that person like again. They can either become that person, or that person can be revived using the codex within the symbiote, which is kind of what happened with Gore. The symbiote just kind of affected him until he could be resurrected proper, and then they just sunset the character. But
what was another prediction you had? Old man Ernie?
I tell you what, here, this one's gonna be a fun one. Because I know you're gonna roll your eyes hard as fuck when I say this. I think we are actually going to finally get them symbiotes. You remember that, Carter? You remember the?
Yeah, I remember. That's what, you know what? If I can keep it a buck with you, and you gonna say that's so petty. That first trailer came out, and that woman said that. I checked out of that movie right there.
them symbiotes.
I checked out of anything Venom right there.
Wait. Here, I got it right here. I got you right here, Pip. I got you right here. Here, Carter. Here, there you go. Them symbiotes. There you go.
Lord,
symbiotes.
Lord have mercy.
Go ahead, go ahead and get yourself. There you go. But no, but yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. But I do think we will get it. And granted, it's pretty low hanging. This is, even though technically this is kind of low hanging fruit, they could very easily say this is something else. But the reason why I say that is because in the trailers that we've seen, we see that Gore encounters what looks easily like you could say this is symbiote. You could say this is, I'm not saying it's the Clintar, but I mean, one can make a case. One can make a case for it. Yeah, we see him surrounded by all these tendrils. I think there's another point where we see them starting to like overtake him. I don't know. I have to wonder. I think the symbiote connection is going to happen in this movie. I mean, granted, symbiotes are already in the MCU. We know based on the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, post-credit scene, Eddie Brock, he gets sent back to his reality, but a piece of his symbiote remains in the MCU proper. So, I mean, it's not that much of a reach to say that there is something in the way of symbiotes in, the greater role of things in the MCU going forward. They wouldn't just do that just for which, I mean, to be fair, the Spider-Man movies as a whole have done a lot of weird shit that they've never followed up on, like the whole Sinister Six thing in terms of how they set it up in Homecoming, having what was the whole plot point of Vulture and Scorpion being in prison and Scorpion trying to get the identity of Spider-Man out of Vulture, so on and so forth. So, I mean, yeah, it could be anything. It could be anything. But I also do want to point out, too, that and I don't have any of these images to back this up right now currently in front of me, but I do also appreciate that the sword he is wielding in this movie is actually referred to in all promotional materials and toys as the Necro Sword.
See, I didn't know that because that just looks like a regular ass sword to me.
It does, but like, I know in the Lego set, it's in the Lego set, I believe, but the sword is referred to as the Necro Sword, and it actually, and the funny thing about it is, the sword is completely black in the toys. I mean, granted, it's Lego, so take that how you wanna. But no, take that how you want to. But yeah, it is what it is. So a lot of times, the toys. Matter of fact, here I actually do have the image right here. like I said, it's not anything just necessary to go on, but if you see here in the Lego toy, the sword is completely black.
Okay.
Which,
Okay.
I mean, in Lego, they simplify shit. But the fact that they made this sword, which is called all black in the comics and is called the Necro Sword in the comics, they made certain to make that motherfucker all black. So it's very likely that sword, because we really haven't seen that clear of a shot of it. I'm pretty sure this sword is, in fact, gonna wind up being all black. Is where I'm going with that. So, like I said, the toys often snitch on what it is they're doing in these shows. Like, honestly, the toys snitched on Gore. Hell, we actually here's another one. Here, I got another image. I forgot I had this one. Remember when we were talking before about Gore and how he was going to look in the MCU?
Yeah.
Remember, this toy was making the circulations. This toy was making the rounds, and look at the sword there. It looks like all black. It looked like all black. So, and like I said, it is referred to in all the promotional materials of toys as all black. So, or not all black, but as the Necro Sword. So I believe we are going to get that symbiote null connection going. So which I'm perfectly fine with. What else you got, Carter?
So this is one where it's gonna piss a lot of people off.
Okay.
It's going to turn a lot of people off. And I hate that it's going to be a thing, but I feel in my heart they're going to do this.
Okay, all right. What you got?
The one thing that everyone knows about Jane Foster's Thor is that she had cancer.
Yes.
Every time she turned into Thor, she got she got the chemo that was in her body purified. So every time she turned into Thor, it basically killed her. We know that Natalie Portman has not been in a Thor film since the original.
Since the second one.
Oh, no, since the second one.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah. It's okay. Nobody remembers Thor the Dark Thor.
Yeah, I remember I remember Kat Dennings more than anything.
Yeah.
But my point is, look how many Marvel films have been a thing and how many constant people have been in these films. Natalie Portman ain't one of them. I think that's just to say it after the prequels of Star Wars, I'm super straight.
Oh, yeah.
So, with all that being said, I think the cancer is going to be a thing in this movie. And I think Gore is going to get clapped in this movie, Natalie Portman is gone too.
Ooh, you think?
I think Natalie. You know what?
I'm gonna make a case. Actually, no, go ahead, because I think I can actually make a case for why you might be right.
Okay, I think they're gonna try to have their cake and eat it too, but at the same time, I think they're gonna try to. It's gonna make people mad, but at the same time, they're gonna do the story that they want to do, which is completely fine. I think Jane Foster is gonna be the one to kill Gore. I just think she's going to die in the process because of the cancer and stuff like that. Because we have not heard anything about her doing other movies down the line, TV shows, appearances, anything like that. You got to use logic, people. But yeah, I think most definitely. I think Tessa Thompson's here to stay. She's way
actually
more.
I think she's already been technically teased of a spinoff.
Okay, but yeah, you know what? And here's the thing with that one. There's your Valkyrie right there. Jane Foster ain't needed. This ain't the comics. So yeah, I absolutely. Even though it would be annoying to see, Jane Foster ain't making it. Jane Foster's going after this movie because at the end of the day, it's all Chris Hemsworth. It's all about the muscle man. So yeah, Jane Foster ain't making it to the end.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fuck with you here. I'm gonna make a case for and against. I think I can make a case for just in terms of I could see them doing an amalgam of some of the other story arcs of Mighty Thor. I could see them adapting parts of the Jason Aaron run where, once again, as you said earlier, the cancer was killing Jane Foster, and her becoming Thor was killing the chemotherapy that she was taking to get rid of the cancer. Every time she picked up the hammer, boom, chemotherapy out the door. And it would basically make it to where all the progress she was making with her cancer was null and void because she picked up the hammer. So basically, yeah, every time she picked up the hammer, it was absolutely positively destroying her. And in the end, she did wind up fighting the Man-Gog in that final, what was it, the death of the mighty Thor. And the idea was that she destroyed Mjolnir to kill the Man-Gog, like basically hooking it to him, chaining him up, hooking Mjolnir to it, and flinging it into the sun, taking him with us. How you get to where we are now, with all the Mother Storm and all the other stuff. But the thing about that is, that when she does in fact die, but she goes to Valhalla, and Odin basically is like, "You good," and sends her back. He's like, after all this time that Odin been shitting on her, he's like,
"Now you see,
you all right?
You just got through talking about supernatural Earth. That's some shit I think you'd see in Supernatural."
Yeah, you straight. Go ahead and go on back.
The professional, you know what? I will give you some points. The professional was off the chain. Going back down there. Going back down to Earth.
Yeah, he's like, tell genre no, I said what's up. But no, and here's the thing. I would be okay with them do like say they have her come back and then she does end up becoming Valkyrie. I actually don't think, I'm actually kind of worried for Tessa Thompson though, because there's multiple scenes in the trailers where we see her going toe to toe. We see her going toe to toe with Gore.
Stop it.
And I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just saying I'm not saying that she is going to be killed. All I'm saying is that I worry for her future.
Let me tell you,
I worry for her future.
The first headline you're going to see is going to be written by somebody that looks like Blerd Radio in the chat. It's going to be written by somebody with a whole bunch of dreads on a Dr. Umar Dashiki.
Oh my God, this man.
All white man kills black woman in Marvel film.
Racist.
Tessa Thompson ain't going nowhere.
No. Here's the thing. I don't think she will either. But I'm just saying, I worry for her future. Now, on the other side of it, I think that she will survive. I think she could easily survive this. But at the same time, I could see her die. I could see Jane dying. I could see, because the thing is, one of the biggest criticisms people had about Thor Ragnarok was that it didn't take itself seriously enough for the story they were adapting. However, which is why some of the sacrifices and deaths in that movie probably fell a little flatter than they probably normally would have. But I could see them, while this will definitely be funny, I can see them still taking that same path, but I think there's going to be a dark turn in this movie that people aren't going to expect because of how silly the movie is going to be on the large part. Because, think about it. You got a whole ass scene with the flick. We got a whole ass scene where Chris Hemsworth just out here, booty just out for everybody to see. Swinging for everybody to see. However, we also got to remember this motherfucker right here still sitting there. You're like, oh, no. He said, you thought Zeus had to flick. Actually, what if we got to this scene in the movie and that was him doing the flick? He done killed Zeus, stole his powers, and now he just gonna do the flick on Thor. Knock all the armor off that dude. I would holler. I
always think of that damn Alien movie with Donald Sutherland when he points at the end and starts making the alien sounds and shit because he was an alien the whole time. I cannot remember the name of that movie.
Oh, the Puppet Masters.
Is that what it was?
I think so. I believe it was. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah, let's see here. Yep, it was the Puppet Masters. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that was the one. Lord, yeah, because the aliens, they were flying around and latching on to folks and shit. It was fucking weird. I'm into it, though. Not to be confused with the movie with the little puppets. Which I think is what most people probably thought of when I said the puppet.
Don't talk about
massacre.
Little Puppet because it makes you think of that whack ass Tales from the Hood sequel.
You mean the little nigglets?
Danger.
Look,
Don't do that. Oh my God, he's gonna do it.
Wait, Carter. You mean this puppet? Yes. Got him. Oh man. Let's see here. Okay.
Empire Comics brought up a good point.
What's up?
From that shot you posted earlier where it clearly looks like somebody is next to Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert for the multiverse of midness. Since we already got Reed in that movie, could the individual standing next to Thor that we don't see, could that be a good Beta Ray Bill?
It could be. I'm not gonna expect it though, because I kind of feel like if Beta Ray Bill was in the movie, I feel like they would probably talk it up just a little bit more. Because one thing Kevin Feige said is that they realized after No Way Home, people didn't give a shit about. I mean, people did, but they realized that the movie could be spoiled and people would still flock to go see it. Me personally, I would not want to see it in the trailers or anything or promotional, but I do feel like, yeah, if he was in it, we would have heard something more concrete by now.
The only reason I brought it up is just because I know that Reed was a surprise to a lot of people of being in it.
If you weren't paying attention.
And that was going to be my point, because there are a lot of people who will, if it's something that they are adamant in seeing and not getting spoiled, they will drop off the grid. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about like folks that saw the shit, like saw people talking about it and just refused, because you were one of them. I remember when we first did the teaser reaction to it and we saw the scene where there was clearly a guy sitting in one of the chairs behind, like sitting like kind of shadowed when they first teased the Illuminati. I said, wouldn't it be funny if that was Reed sitting up there on that far left, and you were like, they would, nah, there's no way. And lo and behold, exactly where I pointed, that's exactly where he was sitting. So, I mean, here's the thing. Some people will choose to not, just as there were people who erroneously believed that Tom Cruise was a whole black woman in that movie, there are people who saw shit in that movie and just refused to see the shit that was right before their eyes. So, yeah.
Does that say a lot about Tom Cruise, that he looks like a black woman when you show a black woman real fast? If you see a black woman flying real fast, it could be Tom Cruise, like a shiny Pokemon or something.
No. I just want to say how many people just are Captain Marvel deniers, because in all of those trailers, you could clearly see a star of Hela on that motherfucker's chest, and this just lets you know that there's some people who just don't know what Captain Marvel looks like. like it's just one of those deals. Like there's so many people I always see that are always shitting on Captain Marvel, but have never actually seen the movie for themselves or know anything about it, and that just proved it to me, because they literally used the same special effect for Maria Rambeau's Captain Marvel that they used for Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. It was the same.
I didn't mean to start him
thing
on this again, y'all. It's just funny when he it's funny when he drag y'all about the Tom Cruise shit. It's hilarious.
Look, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Hey, y'all knew what this was. Y'all knew I ain't never gonna let y'all live that shit down. There were so many of y'all coming to me talking about some no, it's gonna be Tom Cruise. I remember people getting real salty in my tweets about some, this tweet ain't gonna age well. This motherfucker aging like fine wine. Y'all shit aging like milk. Get the fuck out of my face.
You need to go check if the same people that said that blocked you when
they did. Some of them did. They blocked me. Some of them blocked me. And one of them fools blocked you too. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Look, dude's
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't like making fun of people but who aren't here to defend themselves. But don't ever come at me on Twitter with your weird ass, like clearly not correct conspiracy theories about a movie that's already out that has proof that denies everything you're saying, and then still try and talk to me like I'm the crazy one. You will get made fun of. And not only will I make fun of you, but everyone else I know will make fun of you because I will make fun of you to them, and then they will laugh at you.
What make it so bad is I wasn't even making fun of that person. I was just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
The movie out now. We done all seen it. What the fuck are you talking about right now?
I'm just saying. Was it Elite was it Brie hurt too many fragile white egos talking about the things she talked about at awards. And here's the sad part. Cause okay, you know what? I'll say this and I'm gonna leave it at that. What I found more shocking was that the things that she said upset some black male nerds too, and they had no reason why they were angry. I can't tell you how many Dr. Umars I saw that were mad at her for saying, because I remember, Carter, you even kind of said something like, you're like, oh yeah, I heard she hates men and she does this. I was like, but did you hear the whole story? And when I told you the story, you were like, oh yeah, because people put misinformation out there. It's kind of, remember, all roads, I guess, lead back to The Boys. Remember in The Boys, the most recent episode, how Homelander was saying that, oh, Starlight, she's smuggling children, and she's trafficking kids and raping babies and doing all this other stuff. And remember how Mother's Milk's how his ex, the guy that she's with now, was named Todd, has literally the whitest name of all white names. But literally, how he was like, oh man, you need to get away from that mainstream media, man, start listening to people who are really telling you stuff. That's what y'all did. Y'all are Todds now. You're all Todds now.
The way he just got one hit acquitted.
Bruh.
The way he failed.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie.
It was just the way he failed for me after catching that
hand. No, you know what it reminded me of? You know what it reminded me of, Phil?
Oh,
boy. Wait a minute. Oh, let me see if I can find it. Wait, is this it? Let me see if this is it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this is it. I think this is it right here. Oh, my God.
Wait, oh.
Yes, he did. Oh, this is what it reminds me of. This shit right here. Let me add this so y'all can actually hear this shit. What was it? Well, I think this is the shot. I think this is actually the shot. Let me see. I think this is it.
Son, that's the way things are.
Wait, no, I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Time sacrifices.
Where is it?
Wanted to gain his acceptance.
Wait, here. That's what that shit reminded me of when he hit the grab like.
What pisses me off is I can't even send that as a response to people anymore because it's in my old Pixel phone that doesn't work. So all my good gifts are in there, man.
Oh man, dude, that shit. Ugh, God, that was haunting. It was haunting, I tell you, haunting.
Hold on, let
haunting.
me actually send you.
Go ahead. But no, that's it. I guess the last thing, and I don't know if do you have anything else? Do you have any other predictions, Carter? Before we move on.
Honestly, no. I don't know. I think this is just part of the course for Marvel stuff. So I think we all know that Gore is going to die in this film. He ain't gonna be back in Rush Hour 3. Jane, I think, is a for sure thing. And with that, I'm kind of hoping she gets a lot more screen time in this film than Chris Hemsworth's Thor, because I don't know. So I'm not far from the Chinese theater where they did the premiere and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So, there were a few people that I spoke to about it, just like non-spoilery. And then one thing they were telling me about Thor was that, well, it's the Thor from Thor Ragnarok and the other thing. So, with that being the case, I wouldn't mind them kind of moving away from him, at least for not for the foreseeable future, but kind of moving away from that to give the shine to Jane Foster's story, just because of how long that book ran, and that woman put in some work when she was Thor.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She most definitely clocked in and worked her shift. So I'm really hoping that she will get more of the spotlight in this movie, seeing as how I don't think she even gonna make it to another movie. I don't even think that woman gonna make it to an after credit scene. So I'm hoping she gets some due in this more than Chris Hemsworth.
I mean, we saw this shot right here from a recent teaser where she got the battle damaged helmet. She looking real scuffed up, and there's rubble all around her. I'm pretty sure this is the final scene. This is probably gonna be like the final, like the Act 3 fight scene that's gonna happen, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll have to wait till we get there to see it proper. But what I will say, my last prediction is going to be, I think we're actually going to get a brief hint at the threat in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Basically just because we already got the Guardians in the movie anyway. But something, and I don't know what that will take shape of, but we know that Chukwudi Iwuji is the guy that's going to be playing presumably the High Evolutionary. Y'all may remember him as Mern from Peacemaker.
Say the name 5 times fast.
Chukwudi Iwuji, Chukwudi Iwuji, Chukwudi Iwuji, Chukwudi Iwuji, Chukwudi Iwuji.
You sound like you was having a stroke. Stop it. All right. So,
but that's, I don't know if we'll actually see the High Evolutionary there first, or if maybe we'll get a glimpse of Will Poulter's Adam Warlock. That's also been a rumor that I've heard making the rounds, that we'll actually get a glimpse of him in this movie, like in a stinger or something like that. But I'm not 100% on that, so I'm not gonna commit to that 100%. But that said, let's move on, because we actually stayed on that a lot longer than I had initially desired. Let's get into, because I think we got some super chats here. Let's see, or no, we got channel memberships here, homie. Roybot coming through with the Blerd Club Silver. We appreciate you, pimp. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Also, we got, I think we got another one here. We got Claudie D with the 19 months. Says, just hoping they don't waste gore for real. Said, hope is at 100. So yeah, no, I'm hoping they don't waste him. I think he'll be used effectively. Even if they kill him off, they make him a one and done. I at least hope they do what they did with the comics, and that is make his presence felt even beyond his death. Which is,
I don't think they'll do that, because I think
maybe not. You never know.
It's just because Taika Waititi would rather have, and this isn't the knock, but Taika Waititi is more so fun scripts.
Yeah.
And it's not serious in the sense of,
well, I'm not saying it'll be in this movie. I'm talking about,
yeah,
who's to say he's directing the next Thor movie? Who's to say?
Oh, so you're saying you think
I'm saying like, okay, so remember how the God of Thunder story arc, with the God Butcher, the God Bomb, even after Gore died, the effect that he had on Thor permeated for the next decade. The whole thing with Fury whispering in his ear that Gore was right, that made him unworthy of William Mjolnir, which led to us getting Jane in the first place. Which, in the grand scheme of the MCU, this is all happening out of order, but, it is what it is. But what I will say is, if they make it one of those deals where Gore's actions will haunt him for future films, I'd be perfectly fine with that. If they kill, because then that means the villain had weight. They had weight even beyond their passing. It's kind of like how I'm trying to think of a movie that's even done this correctly, but the weight of what some characters do in one thing, how it literally just kind of, it's a shadow that hangs over. What was it? They kind of did that with not the recent Bond movies, but kind of at the beginning of Daniel Craig's run, how there were things that happened in Casino Royale that was still haunting him by the time you got to Skyfall, whatever. But just take that how you wanna. Let's move on because we are well behind the time frame that I want it to be. We're gonna take a look at let's see, what do I have next up? Let's see. Harley Quinn Season 3 trailer. Woo boy. DC animation has been in dire straits, y'all. Though it has kind of slick been making a comeback, it hasn't been in the place that it used to be. It used to be there was a time where people would say, damn, DC animated is better than the live action shit.
I think that was a comment somebody said when it pertained to you. It was like, DC animation ain't missed yet. I wish you had that Clay Dave's shit right there.
Look, just shit. Look.
I could throw a dart at a wall and I'm going to hit some of these DC animations that just ain't been hitting like they should have been hitting back in the day.
Oh, yeah, nah. I will say this, though. There was one recent one. God, what was it? It was, what was the name of that damn movie? Oh, it was Justice Society, World War II. That's what it was. I actually liked that movie because it kind of subverted my expectations. The animation isn't as good as it should be or could have been, but once again, it was made during COVID time, so take that how you want to. And while it took me a minute to get used to the idea of Negative Man being the voice of the Flash, for those who don't know, was it Matt Bomer? The guy who plays Negative Man on Doom Patrol, he plays the voice of the Flash in that animated movie. So it was weird to see or to hear, rather. I'll put it that way. I mean, but the movie itself was good. It was a solid movie. Just animation was a little weird. But that's kind of the new DC animated universe style now, because the last Superman animated movie was very much the same kind of animation style. But Harley Quinn has been like one of the few good instances of DC animation. And you could make a case for it being the fact that it's a very well-written show. It is, in fact, that a well-written show. But you could also make the case as because it, well, for one, doesn't take itself too seriously. It's very meta. But also, I think another reason, it's the same reason I think people latch onto The Boys, is because they just really like violence and seeing characters curse a lot, which for me, not very interesting. If I want to see a lot of gore, I'll just watch a horror movie. Or I'll go watch Thor: Love and Thunder. But anyway, I would rather something be good than to try to go out of its way to be adult. Harley Quinn
trying too hard.
Yeah. Like, it's the same thing we said about Deadpool. Like, going back and watching those Deadpool movies, upon repeat viewings, I hate those movies more and more with each subsequent viewing. Because it's just you're trying too hard to be edgy. You're just, I don't know. It doesn't come off as good. But
that's such a nasty comment to read. I'm listening.
What?
Just the Elite X1.
Mm-hmm. You say you saw Batman sucking feet? That was actually kind of hilarious. That was actually that in and of itself was kind of wild. But no, I get it though. Like, if the show can be good, then that kind of overwrites some of that. Harley Quinn, like, Harley Quinn rides the line for me on how I feel about that sort of stuff. But anyways, let's take a look. We're going to take a look at the trailer. We're going to take a look at the trailer for this new Harley Quinn movie, or the new season, rather, of Harley Quinn. And hopefully it don't suck. Hopefully it doesn't suck. Let's see here. Let's do it this way, because that way I don't have to change. I don't have to change anything, I don't think. I won't have to, at least. I hope I won't have to. Let's see. Actually, we'll do it this way. Let's make it easy. Here, let's go. And now.
Happy 2-week anniversary! What is it with you and like bags of people? Harley, she's head of the Suicide Squad.
You never returned my email.
Why are you stirring up?
It's not drama, okay? What's she gonna do? She's wearing a pencil skirt. We are back. Let the Eat Bang Kill tour begin. I don't give a damn about my reputation. BFF GFFs, right? Oh, thanks. We've been doing a ton of banging.
Oh, wow.
It's so fun and then raunchy and then a little scary.
Oh, that's terrifying!
Oh my god.
It's not worth it.
Let the grand orgy begin! James Gunn, sit on me. There it is. Oh.
Bruh, no they didn't. No they didn't.
You are gonna cream when you hear this plan. It would make Lex Luthor shit his pants.
That man does not shit his pants for anything.
Anyway, that was the Harley Quinn Season 3 trailer, which I think the show is going to be releasing on HBO Max July the 28th, I believe. So not that far from now. I have concerns, largely just in the sense of, you know that thing I was talking about, how, like, people can try too hard?
Yeah.
I feel like Harley Quinn is starting to step the toe over the line. Which, to be fair, the first season and second season both try really fucking hard. But it's not like with some where it's like, oh my god, they're just literally every other word's a curse word, every other joke is a dick and a fart joke. I mean, it kind of was that way, but they found a way to keep it from not being like the humor that used to make me giggle when I was like in middle school. They had smart, commentary in there too. And once again, I'm gonna wait to see it before I render like final judgment, but I am worried that they're gonna start leaning into the shit that people are enjoying, or supposedly enjoying the most, and that's the try-hardiness of it. Which I hope that's not the case, but I mean, it is what it is. Carter, what are your thoughts? What do you think?
I think I'm gonna let my cup pass on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I'm going to need from you and just several people that are watching this right now, the hundreds that are watching, the thousands that are going to watch later, y'all just tell me what episodes to watch, man. Because I have tried to sit down and watch Harley Quinn, and it's in one of those cases for me. I can't finish an episode almost. Like there'll be a few key instances where it'll get a laugh out of me and certain things, but unfortunately, just for me, it was background noise almost. But to be completely honest, just on the other side of that, so was this newest season of Young Justice. I had it playing while I was trying to edit videos. So I think what I'm going to need from you all, because I don't know how many episodes they do a season.
I want to say it's like, I think it's 10.
Okay.
Let me, here, let's not live in ignorance. Here, there you go. Let's see. Okay, so as it stands, with if you include all 3 seasons, it's a total of 26. So they did 13 episodes the first season, and then another 13 for the second season, and it's presumable that the third season will have. Actually, the list right now is 11.
Okay.
They're saying 11 episodes for the third season, supposedly.
So what I think I need from a lot of you guys is just let me know what episodes stood out to all of you as this is what made me a fan of the show. This is why it's on season 3 right now, just because the episodes that I had seen, if it was on TV, I'd have changed the channel, to be completely honest. Or I would just leave it on and I would have vacuumed my house. Just because I really haven't seen anything that's just like, oh, okay, cool. New episode of Harley Quinn. Bet. It doesn't get me like Young Justice used to. It doesn't get me like a lot of these animated, like the animated films used to. So I don't know. I just really need you all's help when it comes to that, because there has to be something there for that thing to get greenlit for a third season. A full episode run, damn near, is what it sounds like. So it just has to be something I'm missing there, because something hasn't clicked for me yet, and that's why we have you people here. So please, just, y'all let me know.
This is what I'll say about it is, for me, just for me. And yes, I do think they are. The Elite X1 put this out here saying that I have to wonder if they got any ideas from that lady who's writing the comic series based on the show. He's talking about T. Franklin's Harley Quinn, the animated series. The Eat Bang Kill Tour. Yes, because
she calls it that in the trailer.
Yeah, she calls it the Eat Bang Kill Tour in the trailer. Also, and not to say this is an endorsement of the fact that this is happening, but DC did put the Eat Bang Kill Tour comic on the DC Universe app just now, and I think you can read it for free right now. So I don't know. Who knows? So, yeah, I don't know how much of that they're going to use, because technically the Eat Bang Kill Tour comic takes place in between Season 2 and Season 3. So it'll probably be doing some allusions. There'll be some allusions to that comic. But I almost kind of want to reach out to T and see what she has to say about it. But yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's all I got. I like the show. Though I will say, I don't know if I like the second season quite as much as I like the first one. Because I thought the first one was a little bit smarter. Second season got a little more raunchy, and I think I see, as I see some people in the chat saying, the show is kind of trending towards getting raunchier. And it's not to say anything of I don't care about the LGBTQIA plus elements. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the general humor of the show. I don't care that Harley and Ivy are bumping booties with each other. I think that's perfectly fine and normal. But for me, it's the overall raunchiness. I don't care whether it's Harley or Ivy or King Shark or Clayface, Joker, Gordon, whoever. It's too much for me. And then from there, actually, because I see someone asked the question, here, I will. Let me see if I can actually get y'all the website here. See, someone asked in the chat where I got this shirt from. Whoop, there it is. Dirt Rich asked, "Where'd you get the shirts from?" This is for those. This is actually one of Earth's Mightiest who got this to me. For those who know, this is I'll give myself the one very briefly. And I'll clear the question so you can actually see it. But yeah, this is basically the scene from Friday the whole. Damn, damn! But it's got the characters from Yu Yu Hakusho, Yusuke and Kuwabara. So, I don't know why I said Yusuke. But anyway.
I thought it was JoJo's, just looking off in the distance. So,
you hilarious, my guy. But yeah, I think I have the website right here. Yeah, here it is. I'm just, you know what, what I'm gonna do is, I think, yeah, he has a shop right here, I believe. Yeah, I will put this in. Here it is. There. Or actually, I don't think the shop is up and ready yet. Basically, here, I'll give you just his website. The website of the artist, not the person who sent it to me. Clearly. The person who sent it to me is managing the art of the person who made it. So yeah. But yeah, actually I just got it yesterday. And I didn't check my mail yesterday. With my wife who works overnight, I think she checked the mail when she came in, and so y'all can thank her for that because I literally just got it. Like right before I had a whole other shirt on. I was like, "Ooh, I got the shirt. Let me go and put it on." But let's see here. We also got one here from the homie Gabriel Knight with 1999 soup chat for he says, enjoying the content and conversations. I'm rethinking my thoughts on Thor: Love and Thunder. Always showing support. Well, hey, I hope that when you get to see it, I hope you enjoy it, because I'm hoping that it's good. I
know I'm gonna enjoy it because the movie theater has a cash bar.
This man, all right, don't pass out. Don't be like dude that don't be
that
like old boy.
One time because I didn't realize they were gonna be heavy-handed with the liquor. I was just trying to enjoy myself and watch the Batman. Fuck you.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. I'm trying to help you out, pimp. Okay, so I guess that's the one thing. That's the one thing. Let's move on to the next thing. Let's take a look at Battle of the Super Sons, which I didn't know was being made. I had no clue. Somehow that
caught me by surprise.
Yeah, like, and once again, I think between the new Green Lantern animated that's featuring on Jon Stewart, the Justice Society animated movie I just recently brought up, I feel like DC's finally getting back to the animation that people. While you may not like the animation style, I feel like the stories are good. They're getting back to being good, and they're not focusing on Batman quite as much as they used to. Because they used to be, like, I think over half of the DCAU films were Batman movies. Over half of them. Which, I mean, take that how you want to. But Super Sons, a comic that is near and dear to my heart because it was one that I thoroughly enjoyed. And I always kind of felt like, and granted, I know we had to age these characters up some, but I did find it sad that they aged up Jonathan Kent so much that he's now older than Damian. So now you don't have the Super Sons anymore, at least not the way you used to. I guess you could do it now, but it would just be weird now because, I don't know, take it how you want to. But no, the Super Sons, for those unfamiliar, it was a comic that started, I think it was during the DC Rebirth era.
Yep.
And it was basically, as you would imagine, it was Jonathan Kent, Damian Wayne working together as partners, even though it was much to Damian's chagrin. But it turned out that they made a solid team. The sons of Batman and Superman, who initially didn't get along and in some cases still don't get along. But I loved the notion of these characters coming together, and they did it in a way that honestly this could have been cheesy and ultra hammy and just absolutely stupid. But it actually worked. And I'm happy to see that we are actually getting this animated movie that looks like I will go ahead and say right now, I'm not 100% sold on the animation they're using in it,
Okay.
but I'm willing to go with it. Like, I'm willing to just let it ride, because honestly, after watching that Injustice animated movie, I think anything could be better. And not just talk about the animation, but just the movie as a whole.
I know a lot of people were kind of salty that Jonathan Kent was Superman. One reason being is because they were really hoping DC shenanigans happened again, and he got kittyfied, and we got the Super Sons book back because so many people loved that book.
Oh, it was
when
fantastic.
a thing. So many people loved that.
Yeah. I mean, no, it was fantastic.
Many people loved that book.
I mean, the thing about Super Sons too is that, like, and once again, I get it. If you're like a 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus, year old person, and you don't have the capacity to empathize with what it was like to be a child again, or to empathize with children on any level, I would get why you wouldn't like the book. But the book is fucking fantastic, and I do recommend it. I actually highly recommend if you've never read Super Sons. I think they had I know, yeah, it DC Rebirth, I think the book ran like, was it 12 issues? I think it ran like 12 or 13 some odd issues, maybe more than that. I think it actually might have run more than that. It might have been closer to 16, 17, or 18 issues. But they had a relaunch of the series after that. And then that one ran for about as many issues. And then they did, I think there's another series that I think was like maybe a digital exclusive. So there's plenty out there to read. And they did it in really interesting ways. Like I said, they had the Super Sons up against odds that you could believe they took on. You know what I mean? You could believe
Super
it.
Sons was 16, and then they
16.
did Adventures of the Super Sons, and that was 12.
Okay, cool. And I see Treve, Tevye in here. He said the same. So okay, yeah, cool. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, trailer. Let's watch the trailer. We're gonna watch this trailer real quick, and I've full disclosure, I've already seen it. Carter, have you seen it?
I have not. I was waiting.
Okay.
Was waiting for this.
Okay, so cool. So let's do it. I'm gonna start it. Let's do it right now. All right.
This is the...
Welcome to the Batcave.
Kind of like Code Lyoko animation.
Yeah.
The bad computer. Who's the new kid?
John, this is Batman's son, Damien.
Okay. First of all,
Obviously not invulnerable.
I gotta pause right here for a second, just because I just want to point out something. Superman ain't shit. Oh, and I want to tell you why, because I caught wind of this here. I'm gonna scroll it back just a little bit. Watch Superman right here. He sees that, he know that. Look at him. This man knew that thing was coming, and he ain't say shit. And then when his boy get clapped upside the head, look at him. He's like, oh no. Come on, you supposed to be Superman, pimp. You ain't see that?
I think he was expecting his son to know the rules of dodgeball.
Yeah, probably. This man literally said, you literally just sat there and watched a 13-year-old boy fling a batarang in your son's 5 head. But anyway, that's all I really wanted to focus on. Anyway, moving on.
Well, he's obviously not invulnerable.
Reminds me of us when we first met.
I was nicer.
This motherfucker.
Aliens are taking over the globe.
It is time. It is time. It is time. It is time. It is time.
Farm boy, we gotta go save our dads. All right, Justice Dweebs, let's do this thing.
Dude, they put hands on these fools. Battle of the Super Sons. Look for it on digital and Blu-ray. They don't actually give a date. I don't think they've actually hardlined a date yet, but no, I dig it. I like it. I think it looks cool. Like I said, the animation took a little bit for me to get used to. I haven't really fully decided yet whether or not I'm crazy about it or not, because I've never been overly fond of that style. It's very rare that I do like it. I'm more of a traditional animation guy, even though I know a lot of animation is... ooh, that is an alarm for me to do something. Anyway, I know that a lot of... animation is CG these days. Like, that part I get. However, that doesn't mean that I like all of it. But I like the fact that I like that they're using Starro. I like that they're kind of doing a loose adaptation of the first 6 or 7 issues of Super Sons, which I'm fine with. Which it looks great. That part of it looks great. Also, anytime I get to see Starro, it's always a good time. Carter, what'd you think about it? This was your first viewing. What'd you think?
Well, like I said, the animation, they reminded me of that old Cartoon Network series, Code Lyoko, a reboot, that kind of 3D-ish kind of stuff. So I didn't really have an issue with that. The story itself, it reminded me of just the young bucks trying to whoop aliens that are just trying to take over the world that nobody else can handle. It reminded me of Karen Gillan's Young Avengers run. Yeah. But yeah, it looks fun. It looks really, really fun. If it's funny just going from Harley Quinn to this.
Yeah.
That was I could sit down and probably get a laugh out of that. I don't see any problems with it. I think if you're a fan of the Tomasi book, you're absolutely going to be a fan of this. From the trailer, at least. Yeah. We don't know how the actual movie's going to be, but from that trailer, it looks fun. It looks fun.
Yeah, no, most certainly. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got for that one. Though I will say, man, I like what they're doing. Though I will admit, I still have a little bit of concern because I'm hoping that they don't. I don't like complimenting DC in their animation department a lot of times, because whenever I start complimenting them, that's when they start backsliding. So, like, I'm hoping that this is good, but I really hope they don't start falling back into old habits. Like stop with this Injustice stuff. Can we leave Injustice alone? Just let it be a comic and a video game and be done with it, because y'all ain't trying to do Injustice right. What was that last one? What was that one they did that was supposed to be the end of the DCAU as it was before? It was Justice League. War. Yeah, Justice League.
No. It was Justice League Dark.
Yeah, it was Justice League Dark. Wasn't it called like Apocalypse War or something like that? Like, it had a subtitle. Yeah, it was like
some kind of war. It was some kind of war.
That was a better version of Injustice than the Injustice animated movie we got, and
even that movie was smash.
Yeah, I didn't even like that one. Like, I thought the first Justice League Dark animated movie I thought was great. It's actually I would actually say the first Justice League Dark animated movie, that is probably my favorite animated DC movie out of the original crop. That movie was fantastic. Like, and I even tell people all the time, the only criticism that I ever had, for those who don't remember, the only criticism I ever had for that movie was that it had Batman in it. I felt like that movie could have carried itself without Batman, but Batman was a good avatar for the audience that's not familiar with them. And there were some cool moments that were there because of Batman, but I liked the movie in spite of Batman being there and me not caring for him being present in that movie. So yeah, get me back to those days of the DC animated stuff. Get me back to the to that stuff. And once again, and you know, I'll even say, while I've not been as critical of Young Justice as many others have, I get what they were going for this season. I just think that it was one of those things that it would have been better if they wouldn't have made it the focus of the entire season. I think the reason why a lot of people aren't caring a lot for the current Young Justice run is that while I think the Outsider season was great, like it had a lot of good setup, this season it focused too much on PTSD and the pitfalls of your battles with mental health. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying those stories shouldn't be told, but I don't think you should focus on them for 26 episodes. Kind of brings the mood down. Not to mention the overall story of this this current season has kind of been all over the place. There's not been like one single overarching narrative other than characters dealing with mental health, PTSD, so on and so forth, grief and whatnot. While it's important to showcase those battles, maybe only do it for like maybe a few episodes. Don't spend an entire, because how many episodes was it this season? I don't even remember. Young Justice season 4. How many episodes was that? 23 episodes. Let's see. Yes. 23. Yeah, no, 26. It was 26 episodes. So 26 episodes. That's a lot. That's a lot of episodes.
Yeah, that was always my complaint, man.
Mm-hmm.
I could get it in a few episodes.
We'd have watched Beast Boy on the struggle bus, grieving for like at least 23 of them.
Let me ask you something. Because Geek Prime Extra said it in the chat. So the name of the movie was Apocalypse War.
Yeah, Apocalypse War.
For whatever reason, I wasn't thinking Apocalypse War. I'm thinking our head was too on Marvel then. You know, but real quick, well, before I get to that, the Elite X, that was my point. That Young Justice season kind of dragged on. Yeah. No, it did. Like, there were, like, don't get me wrong. There were good episodes in there. There were some really good episodes in there. Especially the episode, like honestly, one of my favorite episodes of the season was with Clary and the Witch Boy. Like when they were focusing on him and like Zatanna and like all the supernatural stuff and like the current, what is now the current Dr. Fate in DC Comics, Khaled Nassour. I loved all that. And like giving Clary and the Witch Boy this cool arc after him being a shitheel for like 3 straight seasons, you finally give him this huge arc where you kind of give him some redemption. I was like, dude, that's so cool. And then there were some other ones, like the stuff, like, even though, this one kind of, like, popped up out of nowhere, the thing with Rocket, they finally, like, they have been showcasing Rocket in all of the openings, the intros, all the promos. That heifer wasn't in not nan episode of the show until damn near the end of it. And it was like, oh, here she is. And then you're showing her dealing with her own stuff, how, like, she's, they kind of cleaned it up a little bit in this series, because in the comic she was a single mother, but in this one they're like, no, she still got a good relationship. It doesn't seem like they're together. She has a good relationship, but I mean, she's still a single. She's still a single mother. Yeah, and I liked how they like, oh, my son has autism and I'm not accepting it, and how she, in her experiences interacting with the new gods, Orion specifically, she realized that she kind of started to see, maybe I need to accept this. Maybe I'm starting to be around people who are, well, I don't think they really necessarily just outright said Orion was autistic in that in any of those episodes, but he clearly had something going on, and it made her pay more attention to what initially she saw as the peculiarities of her child, which was actually just autism. Mark Price kind of hit the nail on the head, though, and which is crazy to get this from a Young Justice series, but he said heroes in crisis, which is literally what that last episode, that's what it was. Basically wrapped everything up. Yeah. It was, because it was basically everything they did, that's what it was.
It was
Which
like
is
if you,
crazy to get in a Young Justice series.
yes. Which, but if you go back and look at Heroes in Crisis, a lot like the comic, a lot of those characters were some of the younger ones. But we don't think of them that way because we're so used to thinking of them as adults just because of how they're drawn. But a lot of those characters that were doing their testimonials in Heroes in Crisis, a lot of them were like some of the teenage and like young adult heroes. So yeah, I mean, I get it. I like what they were trying to say. It just dragged. And it kind of seemed like they would put the stuff they did with Tigress and Cheshire, all that stuff. I thought that was really cool. The stuff they did with Cassandra Cain, there's good moments in this season. I just think you need to skip, like kind of like how you were saying earlier, like just tell me what episodes to watch so I can skip around. That's kind of how I felt about this season of Young Justice. It's one of those I'm like, I watched all of them, but at the end of the day, if I ever went back and watched it, there would be very specific episodes I would watch and others I would just entirely skip. Not, and like I said, it is what it is. And honestly, I kind of feel like they screwed the pooch for themselves in terms of securing that 5th season. If you get where I'm coming from, because I remember the showrunner and the creators are all like, hey, go binge the fuck out of season 4 because that's what's going to ensure that we get a season 5. I don't know if I want to go back and watch that because it's kind of depressing.
It's funny you said that because had this been the last season that was shown on TV and then it got canned, I'd absolutely believe it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I would absolutely. Yeah, okay, I can see that.
And honestly, if we don't get a 5th season, I would understand why. I would and it's not a knock against the writers
not a knock
or the animators,
yes.
nothing. No,
Thank
it
you
is.
for saying it. Thank you.
They made a choice. They made a choice to go a specific direction with this show, and it was not a direction anyone was. I'm not saying anyone, because I do see people out there that's absolutely gaga for it, but I feel like it was a choice that not everyone was willing to go with. And that's fine. Sometimes it's kind of like, okay, I like to use the movie 12 Years a Slave as an example. 12 Years a Slave is a great movie. Very good movie. But it's not a movie I would watch more than once.
I've never seen it.
I mean, and that's fair. That's fair. It's a movie that I respect it as I respect the artistry behind it. I respect the attention to detail behind it. I respect the way everyone committed to their roles and how Magneto, Michael Fassbender, made me believe he was a whole ass racist. Like that dude literally did everything but snatch up Lupita with the magnetic powers. like when he snatched up Magneto, I expected him, or when Magneto snatched her up, I expected him to snatch up Lupita the way Ian McKellen used to snatch up Wolverine in them X-Men movies. Just be like, and then fling him off somewhere. If he would have done that in that movie, it would have been completely in character. But yeah, I feel like it's also, for as good as that movie is, it's not something that I think I should ever have to experience more than once because it is a very trying movie. That movie tries your willpower, your emotional fortitude, your ability to sit through things. There's literally a scene in 12 Years a Slave where your boy Chewie, that motherfucker hanging from a tree for a good bit. And the camera don't cut away. He just sitting there, swinging. Not something I want to watch on repeat view. But, neither here nor there.
Here you said that he says we're not getting a 5th season. I hope they finish in a comic book. Let me tell you why I think that's an awful idea.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to read it except the diehards. The problem with that is the diehards won't buy it when it drops. The diehards will buy it when it's collected. And then by that point, it's too late.
Yeah.
That's why Smallville didn't work when they continued it. That's why Buffy, honestly, didn't work. The diehards got it.
Yeah, but they waited.
but they waited to,
Yeah.
the one I was telling you about, I didn't think you knew about, Cowboy Bebop. A lot of people
Mhm.
like that Netflix series. Got canned immediately. What did they do? They're
They made a
continuing
comic.
the Cowboy Bebop shit right now in a comic book. Never heard word one of it. So that doesn't
I've seen it,
always
but I
work.
haven't read it. I haven't read
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah. So that doesn't always work. If anything, people are going to look at it as, and not me, but I have seen this several times. Oh, so it got canceled and they continued it there because nobody wanted to watch it. And they'll look at it like it's a negative thing. So I really don't think that would work if they were to do another season in comic book format.
yeah, no, I would be concerned. I would have honestly, you know what I would do? Just do this. Just make an actual because we haven't had one of these in a while. Just make an actual Young Justice comic. Make a Young Justice ongoing, and you
Weren't
could just
they? I thought they were.
They had one at one point, but I don't know if they still have. I don't know if it's back now. I think I saw like a one shot or something. I don't know if that was, or maybe it was meant to be a full series. I just assumed it was a one shot. I'm not 100% on that, but yeah, I don't know. I have questions. I have questions that that any of this okay, they do have one out. They do have one out now. It's a Dark Crisis tie-in.
Okay, I swear I remember seeing something. Young
It's
Justice.
a dark.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Dark Crisis tie-in that is gonna run 6 issues. I didn't see the one of 6. I thought it was just like a one shot, and they were just moving on from there. That's what I thought. But like I said, take that as you will. And they do have they have another one that I've seen that I haven't followed up any on it, but they do have one. I think it was Young Justice Targets. That was another one, but I'm not sure if that was a one shot or not either. So that one could be an ongoing as well, or like a mini series. If you get what I'm saying. Anyway, let's push on. I want to get to our next thing, and that is going to be the recommended for the week. Our recommendations. Carter, what is your recommended read of the week?
My recommended read is a recommended watch.
Ooh.
I recently found out on the Ryan Stegman live stream that Paramount Plus is an awful app. Apparently, it's way
terrible.
worse than the HBO Max app, apparently.
Well, actually, I'll defend the HBO Max app because it runs smoothly. I use it
as long as you don't rewind or skip.
I have really good internet, so that shit ain't happened to me. But no, the Paramount Plus app is dog shit. The desktop, the website I think is, but the actual TV app and the phone app are fucking terrible. I actually don't even use the app on my TV anymore. I started using the app on the Fire Stick because it runs just a hair more smoothly.
Wow.
But it doesn't keep okay. The app keeps track of what you've watched, but not necessarily your progress. And at least if it does, it doesn't show you. So if you go to a show, you just kind of have to hope that it picked up where you left off. And when I open the app freezes for several seconds before it will let you do anything. Like, you'll be looking at the screen, hitting the button on the remote, and like, motherfucker ain't moving. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you done jump like 10, 12 different places. So yeah, no, the app, but here's the thing though, here's what I'm going to say though, and I'm going to let you finish. The app, against all odds, has some of the best shows you will ever watch. Cause I fucking love Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I love Star Trek Discovery. Not as much as Strange New Worlds, but I still love it. Mayor of Kingstown is fantastic. There are so many good shows on that app. And they're just constantly adding more. I think Evil is on there.
Yeah, Evil's on there. I didn't realize until recently that they had taken the old CBS app and it's Paramount Plus.
Yeah, it's CBS All Access is now the Paramount Plus.
Gotcha.
But yeah, but go ahead. Give us your recommended.
Okay, your boys recommended this week is a oldie. Well, it was an oldie but a goodie, and now it's brought back for a new generation that I don't think will appreciate it. Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe.
Ooh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That movie has no right to be as good as it is. If you are fans of the original series, the reboot that came back in 2011, Beavis and Butthead Do America, you are going to absolutely love this movie. The thing that I love so much when it comes to Mike Judge and Beavis and Butthead is it does not overstay its welcome.
No, not at all.
He comes out with it, leaves it alone for years, brought it back like 2011 around that time. Okay, did it for a little bit, gone, leave it be. He knows if that will get stale quick. So when you're able to absorb a new version or a new form of it, when you're able to absorb something you haven't seen in so long, you'll appreciate it better. So in this case, this movie, oh my God, it was great.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
Was great. The story basically is it starts with Butthead doing a monologue of explaining where this amazing tale takes place. It's funny when Butthead starts trying to talk like an intellectual.
Oh yeah, it's the greatest thing that ever was.
Yes, so it actually takes place in 1998. They're at a science fair, and through some shenanigans, they get sent to space camp, which then gets them sent to NASA to get shot into space. And then somehow that leads to shenanigans of them getting sucked into a black hole and getting teleported and getting teleported to 2022.
Yeah. Smartphones.
So, they think it's a TV.
Yeah.
They think it's a TV, don't know about smartphones, don't know about cameras or anything like that. I see Hideo was saying I saw a clip of them as the Marvel Watcher. So those are smart Beavis and smart Butthead from an alternate universe that is trying to get them to go back to 1998, because if they stay in 2022, they're going to fuck up the entire universe. But I don't want to spoil anything else.
I wouldn't say anything beyond that. I will. Go ahead.
When you all get to a part in the movie of when they learn about when they go to college, you're gonna laugh your ass off.
Yeah, that part's great. I will say there is a scene of Daria. I saw here you bring it up. There is a scene with Daria in it, but you have to be eagle-eyed to catch it.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it now because I was looking.
It's at the beginning. It's at the beginning in the court scene.
Okay.
Go back and watch it when the judge is about to render his verdict against them. You will see Daria sitting there she's sitting next to everybody else. The coach and the principal, everybody, and all the other characters. Albeit she does not speak. But it does give me hope for the future of Daria, because I know they do have the Daria spinoff coming out.
Okay.
But I like the movie. I like the movie a lot. It was really fun.
Absolutely. Anyone who has reservations, I'm here to tell you, you don't need to. He knocked it out of the park. It had a perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes for a little bit, which is nuts.
I will say this too, and I can't remember. I almost feel like too, like they ignored the relaunch of Beavis and Butthead for this one, because the relaunch took place closer to the time that it came out. A lot of people don't remember that.
They went and watched Twilight.
Yeah. But so they kind of ignore that. This is literally picking up from where the original Beavis and Butthead series left off.
It's funny you said that. Did you know that they were from Texas? I never knew they were from Texas. And Geronimo Smith asking, isn't an early Hank Hill in that one too? So his name is not Hank Hill.
Yeah.
That's Tom Anderson.
Yeah, he was.
That's what Hank came from.
Yeah, Hank was spun off from that, because he talks the same. He has the same voice pretty much. The only difference was that he stuttered. He had kind of a stammer to his voice, but they took that out when they made him the main character of King of the Hill. But that's kind of the idea. of the character. But Mike Judge is solid. I mean, let's be real here. Office Space, y'all. Please. Let's be real.
Did he do Idiocracy?
I think so.
Am I wrong? I completely didn't. I didn't know Mike Judge was Office Space. I never knew he was Office Space.
That's Office Space. Mike Judge. He was the director of the of Idiocracy. Yep. And Mike Judge is money in the bank. I mean, not only that. I mean, I think it says something for a guy who. Because I'm trying to see. There's some. Let me go back a little bit. Yeah. He wrote, directed, and produced, and of course also acted in Office Space, as he did for the Idiocracy. And he also did the same. And of course, if it was any question as to whether or not he did anything with the original Beavis and Butthead movie, it was the same there. And yeah, he didn't direct this movie, Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, but he did write it. As well as, obviously, he acted in it because he's literally the voice of most of the characters that you would be familiar with. But let's see here. I'm trying to think. Oh, wow. I did not know that was him either. Extract. I didn't know he wrote and directed that. That is the one I didn't know. Yeah. That's the one I didn't know. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, the guy's money. He's money. My recommended is going to be... I actually kind of wrestled with this one because I almost wanted to make it a show that I just recently watched. But I'm not going to do that. Mine's going to be a comic, and it's going to be Public Domain by Chip Zdarsky. Solely by Chip Zdarsky, at least in terms of writing and art. Chip Zdarsky wrote and drew this comic. I don't know how many issues this is going to go, but I'll sum it up pretty quickly. This is basically a comic about a gentleman by the name of Miles, who is the son of a famous comic book artist. And this comic book artist is responsible for co-creating a superhero, who basically is in a position right now where they have TV shows and movies made about them that kind of mirror what's going on in the MCU right now. This character is basically getting movie after movie after movie, big budget blockbuster films, and just raking in money hand over fist. But he's kind of dejected, and his family, the rest of his family kind of is too. His mother is kind of, this is kind of a point of contention between his mother and his father, also with his brother, who, they've also kind of grown up with this. But the fact that, like, their father never got the full credit for helping create this character, therefore, they're not living it up in the lavishness that the writer of the comic is enjoying. The writer of the comic is rich. Dude's got a mansion. Dude's got a pool. He has enough money to have an assistant make him rum smoothies on command.
That sounds so nasty when I read that.
It really does. It really does. But, yeah, they didn't get that. And honestly, you know how Carter, we were actually talking about this before we even started the show. We were talking about how, like, a lot of the commentary in this book seems like it's shots fired at Marvel. You know who else is catching shrapnel in this? Robert Kirkman. And I didn't think about it till just now.
Oh, shit, you're right.
Yeah, because the whole premise of this is that the writer basically screwed the artist out of creator credits so that they could make the movies, kind of like the same accusations that Robert Kirkman is facing right now for Invincible.
I did not think about that.
Same shit. Chip is out here. He is firing off. That dude popped the trunk, pulled the chopper out, and let it fly. So basically, what's going on here is that, and I don't want to spoil what the hook of this is that's supposed to keep you coming back. But basically, what you need to know is that the son is dealing with people not respecting what his father did. Well, he is mad at his father. He doesn't hate him. He's just mad at him for, and I don't want to say mad. He's disappointed in him because he never got his due and he never fought for it. And a situation occurs where new information comes to light, and now it could potentially change everything. And that's all I'll say about it. This comic's great. First off, it's Chip Zdarsky, so come on.
He's writing and I'm fairly certain because it looks like his art. He's writing and doing the art for it.
Yeah, so. It's his writing, it's his art. I think the only thing he's not doing is like the lettering and the colors and all the other stuff. But no, this book is so good. It is so good. God, it is so good. And I'm gonna keep. I was initially kind of hesitant first because I saw the cover first, but I did. And shame on me, I didn't see his name first, because you can see the image we got here. It's issue 1, Chip Zdarsky, public domain. I wasn't paying attention to the top part. I didn't see the issue 1 or the Chip Zdarsky part. I just saw public domain. I saw the domino mask, and I was like, oh, that looks vaguely interesting. I was like, I don't know though. And then I was like kind of thumbing through some stuff, and I realized, I was like, oh wait, this is Chip Zdarsky? Okay, yeah, this is getting read. And then I read it, and I was like, this is it. I was like, this is the one. This is the one. So yeah, it's good. It's a very, very, very good comic. I highly recommend it to anyone. Let's go ahead and wow, we got us a super chat here from Talali House with the $5. Says, will you / have you covered all volumes of Bitterroot? Love that book. Watching last week's cave thinking, can't you see how tight the cave is? Oh my god. Oh yeah, because those are we kind of went down the rabbit hole. I saw Elite X1 ask earlier too about the retro junk deal. Yeah, I stayed on that website for the rest of the night, and I even kind of stayed on some of the next day too, just going back and looking up old cartoons and stuff that I used to see when I was a kid. It was good, but damn, it made me feel older than a motherfucker. But no, but yeah, let's get into this is the question segment, so let's just keep it with questions. Let's see, I'm gonna go look in the Discord right quick, see what we got. I believe we have some questions in there. I saw questions like literally getting put in like days ago. We got one from Wrong that says, hey guys, thank you for reading my question last week. When I asked the question about Frenchie, I meant the comics. Frenchie is in I get it now. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean. You're talking about Frenchie as, okay, yeah, different Frenchie. I thought they were, because we were talking so much about The Boys, I thought they were asking about the Frenchie in The Boys comics and the TV show. They were asking about the Frenchie in the Moon Knight comics, which is a different character. They're talking about Duchamp, who was like the wheelman / pilot for Moon Knight back in the day. Was an interesting character, if I do say so myself. But yes, sorry about that. I did not, like, honestly, I guess because technically they did used to call him Frenchie. They don't really call him Frenchie as much anymore in the comics proper. They just call him by his last name, Duchamp. Yeah, that's the only reason why I didn't put the two and the two together. We got one here from Dude Man. Says, love to all of y'all, from Blerd Cave to chat. Since y'all was on a retro kick the other day, by the way, me and my brothers used to own those James Bond Jr. watches. Ooh, bruh. Dude, you remember that shit, Carter? James Bond. James Bond Jr. Oh my god, that shit. So, what cartoon show from back in the day would you love to have back on the air? For me, it's Pirates of Darkwater and comic strip. Hashtag 80s baby. Hashtag soon 40. I'm right there with you, pimp.
You get a nasty award for James Bond Jr. Jesus Christ.
That shit used to come on every day before I went to school. Dude. You know what? I'm gonna pull a deep cut. I'm gonna say, and it's a show I've actually brought up a few times. some of you may or may not remember the Bots Master. But there was also a show that used to come on back in the day. Here, I actually got but that was a show that I used to watch every day before school.
Nah, I used to watch Mighty Max, because Mighty Max for me used to come on after James Bond Jr. All that shit used to come on at like 5:30, between 5 and 6 in the morning.
Card, I want to ask you if you remember this, and you gonna laugh at me. You gonna laugh. You gonna holler when I bring this up.
Oh God.
Do you remember a show called Pro Stars?
I don't.
It was a show. Here, you know what? I'm gonna let the show speak for itself here. Hold on. Yeah, see, he don't remember that. He don't remember that. Bo Jackson. Bo Diddley. But yes, that I actually know I would want them to bring back another show, be Conan the Adventurer. That's what it was. Conan the Adventurer would be the other one I would want them to bring back. Some of you may or may not remember. But yeah, Conan would be another one that I would do. Carter didn't know about that one. He didn't know about that one. You didn't know about Pro Stars?
So you got Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, and Bo Jackson. Rescuing folks.
Yep. With James Bond Jr. like gadgets. Because you saw where Gretzky had the shoes where he popped them.
Jordan had the jet shoes.
Yep.
The boy was rocking the Sonic Adventure 2s. I'm laughing that he rescued that little girl, but still had a tongue out. Jesus Christ.
Bruh. Did that get you put on a watch list nowadays? But yeah, no, that yeah. There you go. Oh man, let's speed through some of this because we still got to get questions from the chat too. Urban Prince Strong Style says, "Evening, Blerd and Carter. My question today is, where's Captain Marvel's rogues gallery and her main nemesis? I can't truly think of any Captain Marvel villain that can compare to Doc Ock or Green Goblin. Carol Danvers needs some memorable villains around her and a female Lex Luthor like nemesis for her in the comics." Okay, so. I'm going to hit you with a little something. So, there is a character that Captain Marvel just recently had as a nemesis. And that was the character Star, who was a recent addition to the comics. Some may or may not remember the character, but basically... excuse me. But, excuse me again. Jesus Christ. Let me see. I actually got it right here. Hold up. There she is. Oop, here, let me, bam, bam, ba-bam, bam, bam. And there. That is Star. That was one of her newer villains. It was basically someone who had pretty much the exact same powers that she had. That's one character that she has. And technically Star's kind of slick, been rehabilitated, so she's not so much a villain anymore these days. Another one of hers was Dr. Minerva, who oddly enough was in the Captain Marvel movie, though she was played by the same actress who played Cersei in Eternals. But most people didn't notice because she looked like this.
Oh, wow.
But Dr. Minerva is one of one of Captain Marvel's main antagonists in the comics. Beyond that, honestly, the nemesis that everyone else seems to think that she has in the comics is Rogue, which isn't actually true. Everyone always, like, whenever you bring up Captain Marvel, everyone's always like, oh, well, what about Rogue? Her and Rogue are actually cool.
If you ain't Spider-Man, Marvel might give you one nemesis.
Right? I mean, it's true. Honestly, the thing is, most of Carol's problems came from other corners of the Marvel Comics universe. Like, that's how she ran up running into Rogue, was that she was going against the Brotherhood. Or, not so much the Brotherhood, it was more just Mystique and Destiny. And characters that were Brotherhood, who also had membership in the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. So that's why she ran into them. Most of her problems tended to be of the cosmic level. So she fought the same cosmic villains that everybody else did. She fought against the Kree, the Badoon, and various the Brood, and various and sundry other shit. But yeah, honestly, I don't think she really here's the problem with giving Captain Marvel a regular nemesis, is that it honestly just puts her in the same boat as every other superhero who has a huge rogues gallery that they don't get rid of. It's just going to make you ask the question, well, if she's so powerful, why doesn't she just kill him? Because she can. She can kill him. She can kill all her villains. She just doesn't. She also has another villain in the way of Vox Supreme. So if you're not reading Kelly Thompson's current run, I would also see why you wouldn't get that she has a nemesis. But Vox Supreme has been a major portion of her. A lot of the shit she's been dealing with is because of Vox Supreme, who is a whole problem in and of himself. So yeah, but I totally get it. I totally get it. But I don't think she needs like a hardcore nemesis. She has enough going on. Especially if she finds out what Abigail Brand has been up to. We got another one here from Prince of Apathy. Says, do you think Starlight only took one of those things from the lab? Oh, talking about the Compound V? She might have took more than one. Maybe. Who knows? Also, the Elite X1 coming through. Says, Ernie, we lost family. Ooh, man, don't bring it back up. Says, we lost family on Strange New Worlds this week. Moment of silence for the brethren. I'm not going to say the name of who it is just in case anybody else hadn't caught up yet. But I will say, that shit hurt. That shit actually hurt. I actually legitimately was. I haven't been that hurt over a character death in a Star Trek show in a long time. But says, do you think they'll make an existing character the new, I'm going to say the role because I don't want to give away that either, but or bring in a fan favorite from the original series now? Seems like before this show ends its run, we're likely going to have most of the crew we know from the OG Trek. Now, here's what I will say. We do know that Captain Kirk is coming to Strange New Worlds because he was announced right before the first episode of the first season. We know his dad is on the ship right now, but actual James T. Kirk is supposed to be joining the show very soon. We also lost another character, not in, death, but just there was another regular on the show who has stepped away from here was the oh, okay.
Breaking news.
Whoa, okay. All right, dude. This is all right. Okay. All right.
And the villain.
Oh, well, I mean that ain't news. We knew that was gonna happen. We knew that was. Oh, I see. I see what you mean. I see what you're talking about. That makes sense. Okay, well, I guess y'all, this cave is not gonna be under 3 hours. Okay, well, let's talk about it. Let me finish my thought on the other thing, and then
go ahead.
Go
It was just literally Ed Boy in the cut. Just put it in the chat, and I just happened to look it up.
But yeah, no, I do think we'll have all the rest of the other characters. I think eventually we'll see characters like Chekhov, Scotty, so on and so forth. I think by the time this is all over, yeah, a lot of the cast will be very reminiscent of OG Star Trek, which technically this is OG Star Trek, but like the OG Star Trek most people remember. A lot of people don't remember the fact that the Doctor on the show right now, Dr. Mbango, was actually on the original show. A lot of people don't remember that. They weren't checking for any brothers. But so yeah, we got breaking news, y'all. And actually, thank you, Ed Boy in the Cut, for dropping that in the chat. So we're actually gonna talk about this. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this because it's not really much to talk about. Because honestly, this is all the shit that I've been saying for the past year and a half, actually. If you really want to be brutally honest. So Tenoch Huerta, the guy who's going to be playing Namor, or was rumored to be playing Namor in Black Panther. The word is out on the street. He is actually, the promotional materials have leaked, and it looks like it looks like it's happening.
I don't know how true the Namor one is, but the other one is legit.
Yeah, no, the other one's definitely legit. But this is supposed to be from leaked promotional materials. Once again, could be, could not be. Here, I want to drop this so I can actually blow it up a little bit. There you go. Let's zoom. Let's enhance. So one thing I want to point out right here is they are going with more of an Aztec vibe. Now, the reason why I'm going to say I think this is true is because there was a rumor that came out about a few months ago that said this was going to be the case. That they were going to lean into more of giving him more of a native, more of a Native American or Aztec-like background. And we can see here, he kind of has the look. He kind of has a look. We can see with the earrings he has in. We can see with the septum ring that he has. And I want to say in another image that also was making the rounds, we also saw a picture that was more of a full body. It was more of a full body shot. And in this one, you can see he's got the wings on his feet. On his feet. So I don't know. I think this could be legit. It's kind of like the same remember when we saw the promotional stuff for She-Hulk, and a lot of people thought that it was fake. It was stuff that was like, it was pictures and wraps for the for like cups and mugs and shit. And it turned out the images were actually real. Same thing that happened with Moon Knight. Remember when the first picture of Moon Knight leaked? A lot of people thought it was fake. Turned out it was actually real. It was actually from the first episode. And then, of course, we also got another one. This is basically confirmation of the villain of the movie, who is set to be Atuma, which is another character also from the OG Marvel Comics canon, and I think even showed up recently in some comics when Namor was out here acting a whole monkey in these Avengers books and the Invaders and Defenders and whatnot. So yeah, if this is the case, I'm into it. Cut the check. Is what I would say.
Cut the check.
To that, I'm fine with it. Now, granted, the promo image, I'm willing to kind of use my imagination a little bit because that's not exactly how it'll look because they clearly used a stylized filter over it. But I think when we actually see the finished product, I think we'll actually see something really cool. I actually like the actor that they got to play him. I never really have seen anything with him in it until I think, what was it, the more recent episodes of Narcos I think he was in. And The Purge, The Forever Purge, he was in that, and I liked him in that a lot, actually. So yeah, there you go. Breaking news, y'all. Breaking news. But yeah. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to... And we're going to do this one kind of quick because, like I said, I wanted to go under 3 hours for the first time in a long time. So, apparently, the leakers did not want to see that through. Let's see here. There. Okay. Or actually, yeah, you're right. That is that's the brother. My bad. I don't know why. I went that direction with that. Anyway, talking about Kirk from Strange New Worlds. That is actually the brother. And let's see here. Okay. Also, if you didn't watch the last episode of Strange New Worlds, funny thing, it has huge aliens vibes. So, not the direction I thought that episode was going to go. They basically gave you a what if the xenomorphs existed in the Star Trek universe, and it was terrifying. But yeah, let's go. Questions from the chat. Let's see what they do. Are they making him more Aztec? Because I think the autocorrect got him. Because the actor is from South America. Yes, I think that is very much the case. Because honestly, in the comics, Namor's kind of, I mean, he's drawn to appear to look white, but the way his face is drawn, he's almost kind of ethnically ambiguous. So honestly, I'm perfectly fine with it. I've always actually thought that I always felt that like an actor of Latin descent should play Namor in any time, either a Latin actor or an Asian actor. That's what I've always felt. I've never felt that a bog standard white man should be playing Namor. Never in a million years. My desire for Namor was always either for them to be Latin, Samoan, or Asian of some sort. Or another. But anyway, let's says this is from Tikaro, says, do y'all think X-Man, and by X-Man we mean Nate Gray, is going to play a big part in how this new era of Krakoa was constructed? The end of Age of X might really mean something.
Boy, no.
I mean, okay, now I will say this. There may be, I'm going to be honest. I'm not reading every X-Men book out right now. So I may have missed something, and I'm perfectly fine with admitting that. However, I don't think I've seen, or at least if I have, maybe I saw it and didn't think about it, because I'm not going to lie, I never think, like, of all the superheroes in the Marvel Comics canon, the last one I ever even so much as think about is X-Man. Like when I remember if you could go back, if you could rewind time back to when I first saw X-Man in Age of Apocalypse, you would have seen one of the most dramatic eye rolls you've ever seen in your life. When I first saw that motherfucker, I was like, bruh.
Yeah,
really?
You got to get hit with the Outcast. Boy, stop.
Yeah, right. But I mean, but here's the thing though. If they did bring X-Man back, I wouldn't be against it if they did it smart. Like, okay, Way of X. Y'all know how much I do not like Onslaught. Yet they found a way to put him in, incorporate him, and I was perfectly fine with it.
What does it say about Jean and Scott that they got all they cheering on the moon at the summer house? Except that food. Well, Vulcan got a room in their house, but Nate Gray ain't got nothing.
Look, they got room. Look, they got room for Jean, Scott, Wolverine. Wolverine got a room at the motherfucker.
Wolverine got a room connected to your mama, and you ain't got nothing in the house.
Yeah, look, and then here's the other thing. They got room for Havoc's ass over there. They got room. Look, they got room for you got room for Vulcan. Vulcan didn't kill motherfuckers. He done fought against them, and they put him on there. And not only they got Vulcan, they got room for what was it, Petra and Sway, and they just in his head. Look, they ain't even real. What was it, X-Men Red? They said them motherfuckers, them heifers, is in his imagination and are just constructs that everybody else can see, and they just going with it. They like, man, look, he trying. We don't want to fuck up his recovery. So they just ignoring them motherfuckers or just acting like they real. They got room for all this shit in their house. They had room for Cable. No, they had room for Cable. young Cable that went off somewhere, and
was
old
gonna
man
say-
Cable hanging out.
They'd have room for both Cables.
Both Cables, Prestige is hanging out in that motherfucker. You mean to look? I bet Adam X got a room and we don't even know. I bet that motherfucker got a room and we don't even know it yet. But X-Man? Nah, pimp. They would give Kid Omega a room in the Summers house before. Hell, no. Emma Frost Jean would sooner have a room connected to hers, or no, connected to Scott's. Like, you know, they got the room where it's like it's Jean and they got Wolverine room on one side and Cyclops on the other. Jean would sooner have a room connected to Scott's with Emma living in that motherfucker before they would probably let X-Man hang out at the summer house on the moon. Dude, let me tell you something. Mr. Sinister could sleep on the couch before they would let X-Man in that house. Oh, no, they probably wouldn't. They tell him, you better get. Look, Strife might even have a room. Dude, we done seen Strife.
Technically got a room because it's just goddamn Cable.
Yeah. Look, that motherfucker's coming. Oh, you mean me? No, it's Cable. It's Cable. You know me. You know who I am. Oh my god. I bet he do though. Strife might have a room. He might have a room because I think I remember, and I didn't want to spend that much time on this, just this alone. But if you go back, I think it was I think they showed this in, I think it was in X-Men #1 is when they did. Yeah, here I'm pulling this up because I want to show y'all. So there are 2 empty rooms in the summer house. Here, let's pull this up. At least as of Jonathan Hickman's X-Men #1. So we got here, and I'm gonna pull this up so I want y'all to see what I'm talking about here. Look at this. So we got, let's start at the top. Room 7, you got the kitchen. 8, you got the dining room area. We don't know what the fuck this is. Number 9, that's the common area, the living area of the house. You got room number 10 right here. That's Scott's room. This is Jean's room right here. This is Wolverine's room. Now, I want you to notice something about these rooms is different. Notice how these rooms got walkways in them to the other room. None of these motherfuckers have that. None of these other motherfuckers have that. So just think about that. They would sooner let Emma stay in that room right there and build a walkway to that motherfucker. Hell, Jean would sooner let Emma stay in the same room with Scott. Now, room number 13, this Vulcan right here, and you know Petra and Sway's fake asses are right in there with them or laid out on the couch right here, drunk in a motherfucker. Room 14, that's Havoc's room. 15 is empty. That's Strife room right there. Y'all go ahead and just say that's Strife room. Strife hanging out in that room right now. And then we got number 16. That's Cable's room right here. This room is empty, and this is Prestige room. This Adam X room right here. Right here. you know where X-Man room is? X-Man's room is outside. He the one they'd be like, yeah, you come over, but you can't stay. Yeah, your family ever do it? Like, yeah, y'all ain't got to go home, but y'all got to leave here. Dude, Jean would sooner let the Goblin Queen, Madeline Pryor, live in the summer house. You know she'd have been over there. She'd have been back. You know she'd have been over there. Look, eating Jean's dry ass cooking. Hope doesn't have a room at the summer house for whatever reason. I think she stays with the rest of the 5. At least the way I've always understood it, because they kind of make it seem like the 5 all stick together.
And I think if she had a room anywhere, it's going to be wherever Cable was.
Yeah, wherever. Yeah, exactly. And it says, Trent says, was it Rachel is still chilling out in the future, right? No. So Rachel now goes by Prestige. And she's been with she was hanging out with Excalibur when Teenie Howard was writing that, and then she was on the X Factor team when Leah Williams was writing that. And now she's with the Knights of X, I believe. Because I think her and I gotta stop calling her Psylocke. Her and Captain Britain are, I think, an item now. I haven't been reading Knights of X. It's just what I've been hearing. So yeah. Just go with that. X-Man can't come past the second step. Said X-Man a danger crib. Dude, wait, what crib? They ain't let her on the island. They said that's why Madison Jeffries' ass was in the hole, because he tried to make her a home on the island. They said, get.
Which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because that just brings up the point of Charles Xavier is a terrible person, because danger is completely his fault. For a lot of you people that don't know, the danger room, that's what danger is.
Yeah, literally the danger room personified. Which is funny, because they have a danger island. There was a danger island that was revealed during House of X. They never showed it, but I mean, it was on the map. So why didn't they just let her stay there? So weird. Anyway, says let's see. Here we go. So Bill asks, says, what will the spring and winter houses look like? It says it's going to be a while to find out. So, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, you know, I think it's just a summer house because it's the summers. There may be something more to it than that, but I never read that deep into it. Let's see here. Who is it? There's someone else said. Oh my God. Let's see here. Corsair ain't got a room. Nah, man. Corsair too busy. He too busy. Said promo art for Riri Williams is out as well. I didn't know. We did not know.
I don't see anything except like imagery, like nothing of Riri herself, but just the Ironheart emblem, like on a T-shirt, is what it would be. I'll show you how that looks. It's really nothing.
It's nothing crazy.
Yeah, nothing too crazy.
Okay, all right. That's kind of what I imagined. Because I know it's filming, so I mean, technically, we're probably gonna wind up seeing something for it very soon. But I don't know. Honestly, Ironheart is like the one property. It's the one Marvel property that has a movie or a TV show in development that I have no clue. What the fuck or where the fuck they're going with it. Yeah, okay, I got it right here.
Yeah, that's literally all it was. It's nothing too crazy.
Yeah, that's what. So yeah, this is what Carter just sent me. That was from that. But yeah, it's nothing major. I mean, maybe there might be more. There might be some more leaks that'll come up. Like honestly, after the show's over, we'll probably just have to go through them then. Because I know for goddamn sure we ain't got time to do it now. But I do want to say that whatever comes up, whatever is the next thing, the next step, whatever it is, I'm ready for it. I'm here for it. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I hope it's all good. And yeah, just we'll just kind of have to carry on from there. I'm actually gonna go. Actually, I will look on Twitter real quick because I think something did pop up. It was just. Oh, wait a minute. We did get a promo thing. There was a promo art, but this one you kind of have to take with a grain of salt because this is a more stylized picture. I don't know if it's indicative of what we'll actually see, but that's one of the pictures. That's the picture I've seen making the rounds with all the other images that came up. But it's not like This is more stylized than even the one showing Namor. This looks more like concept art than anything else. But it is it is in the stylization of what we can expect. And we do know Riri is in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, so who knows? But I think we'll probably wind up seeing even more news very soon, because if this stuff is coming out, Marvel's just going to be like, fuck it, just go ahead and put it out. We might be getting a trailer before too much longer, maybe. Who knows? Or a teaser of some sort. Let's see what else we got. Yes, yeah. She's getting a TV show, but yeah, but she will also be in Black Panther first before that TV show even sees the light of day. Let's see. Did she do a name change in Excalibur? I have, are we talking about, Rachel Gray? If we're talking about Rachel, yeah, Prestige is her name now. That's what we were talking about earlier. But yeah, there you go. I think that's you know what? Let's as good a place as any. Let's as good a place as any. To go ahead and close down shop. Carter, you got anything of note that you want to bring up?
That I am going through the processes of editing Ernie's videos so that all of you people can shut up, because I'm going to start doing videos at some point, so y'all can leave me the hell alone and let me sleep, rest, and get all the time I can rest out the way before you jerks badger me for content on my end. I'm going through those processes now. We have been up quite a few nights at 2, 3 in the morning trying to figure out, or he's trying to teach me how to do certain things so y'all can go to hell. I'm finally going to start doing them. Leave me alone.
Yeah, oh my God. I will say this last thing, and we do got a couple of super chats that I missed earlier. We got one from Gokhan, sure his baby's father, with a $5. Says, where my 90s babies at? Getting woke up by Inuyasha music at 2 a.m.
Oh, Lord. Man, that's why I hate that anime now to this day, because I hated that song.
Oh my God. Dude, I remember one day Inuyasha came on Cartoon Network, and I was in my bed asleep. And I woke up and saw it on, and I was too lazy to change the channel, and I literally just sat there and just suffered. We also got membership from Ryan Allison with 13 months. Says, get them likes up with the Blerd Club goal. We appreciate you, pimp. Thank you so much for that. Y'all keep the lights on around here, both figuratively and literally. But yeah, so with that said, we're going to get out of here. For those of you who are channel members and patrons, your exclusive content will be up very shortly. I'm actually going to go ahead and post it. I think Blerd Club just uploaded the Patron version. We'll also be uploading here really just right after the show. I'll be doing that as soon as the show goes off. And yeah, we'll be back next week, as far as I know. And next week we'll be obviously talking about Thor, Love and Thunder, and depending on how that goes, that might be the only thing we talk about next week, and maybe some news here and there. We're actually cutting down on topics for the show as of late, because I feel like it helps us get through the show a lot faster, and only just talking about things that are pressing at the time, though this just kind of happened. We probably would have been done at 2.5 hours at those leaks not made it out. But we'll probably talk more about those leaks once we have a little more context for them. But yeah, dude, I'm happy. I like what I've seen so far. It has me interested. And yeah, I think that's it. We will catch you all next time. We out this bitch.
Bye!